round and round, it's a trampoline stay. Oh, it's like I never run out of breath, and I don't care if we make a mess. It doesn't matter what's coming next. So can we just be bonafide? Girl, you got me waking up confused, lost in time. Every moment tastes like summer, can never get enough. Summer sugar kisses left behind, and I don't wanna fall in love, just wanna be yours. Can we just be bonafide? Can we just be bonafide? It's stuck in this situation, and let go all inhibitions now, with no intermission. Why are you so goddamn cold? Tell me why, 'cause you know this ain't no love. So can we just be bonafide? Girl, you got me waking up confused, lost in time. Every moment tastes like summer, can never get enough. Summer sugar kisses left behind, and I don't wanna fall in love, just wanna be yours. Don't wanna be your love. Let's keep it on the low, keep it on the low, 'cause you know this ain't no love. I want you to be bonafide. Girl, you got me waking up confused, lost in time. Every moment tastes like summer, can never get enough. Summer sugar kisses left behind, and I don't wanna fall in love, just wanna be yours. Can we just be bonafide? 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 Heart beats up and down, I'm in a gambling phase. Going round and round, it's a trampoline stay. Oh, it's like I never run out of breath, and I don't care if we make a mess. It doesn't matter what's coming next. So can we just be bonafide? Girl, you got me waking up confused, lost in time. Every moment tastes like summer, can never get enough. Summer sugar kisses left behind, and I don't wanna fall in love, just wanna be yours. Can we just be bonafide? Can we just be bonafide? It's stuck in this situation, and let go all inhibitions now, with no intermission. Why are you so goddamn cold? Tell me why, 'cause you know this ain't no love. So can we just be bonafide? Girl, you got me waking up confused, lost in time. Every moment tastes like summer, can never get enough.
Escape the ordinary and discover the extraordinary with Soweto Tours. Whether you're a group of friends or a family looking for a memorable getaway, Soweto Tours has you covered. Our all-inclusive tours take you to South Africa's most stunning destinations, from the scenic beauty of Mpumalanga to the vibrant life of Gauteng and the coastal charm of Durban.
But apologies with that. Let us take you back to the first news headline. The first headline: BEE policy constitutionally protected and foundational. President Cyril Ramaphosa reaffirmed that black economic empowerment is constitutionally grounded and remains in full effect. Responding to the Democratic Alliance's proposal to replace BEE with an economic inclusion for all bill, Ramaphosa emphasized that any legislative changes must follow proper parliamentary procedures. He dismissed claims that BEE is a failure or a tool for corruption, stating that current BEE laws and policies remain undiluted and enforceable. On the next headline: DPE confirms emergency backup venues ready for matric exams. The Department of Basic Education has nearly 7,000 exam centers ready for over 900,000 matric learners in 2025. Backup venues are on standby to ensure exams continue smoothly in case of emergencies like natural disasters, according to Minister Siviwe Kgwarube. On your last news headline: lion escapes from moving vehicle during transport operation. A lion stunned motorist in the northwest by escaping from a moving wildlife transporter, leaping through the roof while the vehicle was in motion. The driver stopped immediately and the lion fled into the area near the Lichtenberg and Zeerust. It was later safely recaptured. That's all for your news headline. Now heading over to your sports news, starting off with football news. Centurion Davies is targeting Bale's Wales cap record. Ben Davies and his 100th Wales cap in a World Cup qualifier against Belgium, becoming the fourth male player to reach the milestone. He aims to surpass Gareth Bale's record of 111 caps, but remains focused on team success. Davies praised coach Craig Bellamy's high standards and leadership. Despite not playing under Spurs boss Thomas Frank this season and suffering a hamstring injury, Davies believes he still has a role at the club and is committed to working hard for future opportunities. On your next headline: Cape Town Spurs explain academy restructure amid financial strains. Following their relegation, Spurs can no longer fully fund their academy and will now rely on external contribution from parents, agents and sponsors. CEO Stau emphasized that financial strain, citing costly medical expenses and lack of proper training compensation. Legal disputes have seen key players leave for free, hurting youth development. Despite challenges, the academy will continue operating under a remodeled structure to preserve its legacy. Heading over to your cricket news: Australia's Smith says door open if Constance wants advice. Steve Smith has offered to mentor young opener Sam Constance, whose inconsistent domestic form has raised concerns ahead of the Ashes. Smith praised Constance's natural ability, again pace, and said he is open to helping if approached. While acknowledging the need for improvement, Smith emphasized that their players must ultimately find their own path. Constance, recently dismissed for 20 in a one-day match, remains in contention for Australia's test squad despite his struggles. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more sports and news updates throughout the show. Don't forget to share your thoughts on these headlines with us on social media using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, and send us your voice note on 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. Now let's head over to your traffic update and keep you safe on those roads. So on the first one, heads up if you are on the N1 southbound, there is a stationary vehicle that just after Gasfontein Road. The middle lane is closed, so approach with caution. Further along N1 southbound at Sembrand Avenue, there's an obstruction affecting two middle lanes. Expect delays and please drive carefully. Good news on the N3 northbound at Linksfield Road. Roadworks have cleared and traffic is flowing freely once again. So that is all for now. Stay tuned for more traffic updates, and if you happen to be in the road and you want to share your traffic update, please do that by dialing us on 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. For now, let us take a short break, and then when we come back, we will give you that daily dose of positivity. But for now, please stay tuned for the latest weather update.
Girl, you got me waking up confused, lost in time. Every moment tastes like summer. Can never get enough. Summer sugar kisses left behind, and I don't wanna fall in love. Just wanna be yours. just be bona fide? Girl, you got me waking up confused, lost in time. Every moment tastes like summer. Can never get enough. Summer sugar kisses left behind, and I don't wanna fall in love. Just wanna be yours. Don't wanna be your love. Let's keep it on the low, keep it on the low. Cause you know this ain't no love. I want you to be bona fide. Girl, you got me waking up confused, lost in time. Every moment tastes like summer. Can never get enough. Summer sugar kisses left behind, and I don't wanna fall in love. Just wanna be yours. Can we just be bona fide? Can we just be bona fide? Can we just be bona fide? Can we just be bona fide?
Here we go, I put this miserable song on repeat. Cause you seem to forget how much you are hurting me. Do what's right, you say you will, but then you don't. You just don't. You don't care, cause you don't take me seriously. What's there to repair if you don't wanna talk to me? You should know your time is up, I'm out, I'm done. So I'm putting you on a lifetime sentence, and you'll no longer feel my presence. So you thought I would let this slip, thought you knew me so much better. You're on a lifetime sentence, so now you never feel my presence. So you thought I would let this slip, thought you knew me so much better. So you thought I would let this slip, thought you knew me so much better. Yeah, yeah. So you thought I would let this slip. No, that's right. Your words don't mean
A very good morning to all of the Vooka Nation out there, whether you are watching and listening from wherever you are. Good morning once again. Good morning. Good morning. I hope that you guys are feeling good on this beautiful Wednesday morning. You know that each and every Wednesday we are getting rid of that midweek slump. It is the 22nd of October 2025. That is the date for today. And yes, as I have mentioned, it is Wednesday. Wherever you are, I hope that you are ready and looking forward for today's day and looking forward to what today's day has for you, and of course what we have for you. All you need to do is to hop on our social media platforms and use the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. And of course, man, not forgetting the number that you need to dial, which is 0604933226. That's 0604933226. And of course, man, before we came in and giving you that this daily dose of positivity, we started off with your picture of the day, gave you news, sports headlines, and of course topped it up with your latest weather update, just to know what to wear. This weather sometimes, and for the past 2 days, man, it hasn't been looking good. You know, we are waking up, it's cloudy, we are waking up, it's rainy. But with that being said, we will keep you updated on what is going to happen when it comes to your weather for the rest of the day. But of course, we know that for some people who are traveling, who are in the road, who always care about what is going on in our economy in terms of how is the rand doing, I have those financials for you just to keep you updated, just to know that how is the rand doing with other currencies out there. So let me just head over straight into the financials for today's day, which is the 22nd of October on this beautiful Wednesday morning. So right now the dollar is trading at 17 rand 38 cent and up to 0.53%, meaning that the US imports could cost you a little less. And then the pound is stronger at 23 rand 34 cents, up 0.38%. So the UK goods and travel just got a little bit pricier. And then heading over to the Botswana Pula, it sits at 1 rand 20 cents and easing slightly to the benefit of South African cross-border shoppers. And then when we head over to the Chinese yen, it remains soft at 11 cents, keeping Japanese imports affordable. And then when we head over to the euro, it edges higher to 20 rand 30 cents, which could nudge up your European holiday budget. And then on your Australian dollar, it has just dipped down just below to 11 rand 25 cents, making some imported wines and goods a touch cheaper. Right? And finally, the Chinese yuan is at 2 rand 44 cents, up 0.67 cents, hinting at slight price relief on electronics from China. So that's all for your financials. That's all for what we have for you on the beginning of the show. So I hope that you guys are ready, of course, to get that daily dose of positivity to kickstart your day. My name is Mokiti Maimane, and I'm so happy to be with you, man. It's Wednesday, and we are getting rid of that slump. And you know that we are not always alone, as the Vooka team always makes sure that we give you the best of the best. I'm with Afriberry right here. Very good morning to you, and how are you doing, man?
Hey, good morning, Mo, man. I'm doing okay. I'm doing fantastic. Today, I decided to look like a Zaza man because why not? Because the gogolo di right,
Exactly. That's the energy that we need, man.
Yeah, man. So I decided to just come out like I'm a Zazanyana, I'm a Kokolo, because I think the future is getting a bit too bright right now, man.
Yep.
So I just gotta dim it so the light don't make me go blind. Hey?
Yeah.
Hey, man. Good morning to the Vooka Breakfast Show again. And obviously the Vooka Nation. I hope you guys are doing fantastic on this wonderful and amazing Wednesday, man. We have so much in store for you. Obviously, we also have Osvaldo Nika coming through with the D Martini method, going into some in-depth thing that have to do with mental health, man. So I hope you guys are excited for that one. And for those who don't know me and those who know me again, let me reintroduce myself. I go by the name of Afriberry, also known as Miss Berry Blaze. But to the darker the berry, the sweeter than don't, man.
Yeah, beautiful. And as mentioned, that if you want to join us on our social media platforms, we go by Vooka Breakfast Show. Whether it's a TikTok, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, we are Vooka Breakfast Show. Right now, we are live on YouTube. So if you are watching right now, please do make sure that you press the subscription button, the notification button, so that whenever we go live, you will be notified. Right? So much is in store. Of course, as mentioned, that we are going to be connecting with Osvaldo Nyaka later right here in the studio, talking everything mental wellness. We know that October is that mental health awareness month, so he will be here to re-emphasize some of the most important things that we need to do in order to take care of our mental health. But with that being said, I love opening the show, man, with some beautiful inspirational messages and quotes from people all around the world, just to let us know that how important we are and how important words are in our lives, because we don't just host a show, man. We elevate voices and we shape those cultures out there. So the inspirational message that we have for you, it reads as follows: every skilled land, challenge faced and lesson absorbed shapes your future more than titles ever could. On this day, take one routine task and approach it as a learning opportunity. Ask yourself this question: what new insight and efficiency can I gain from this? Progress often hides in the ordinary. Set up and discover it. Those are the beautiful ways that we would like to share with you. And I think if we can just dig deep, man, this message speaks to a lot of us, man, in terms of the insights that we have and the progress that often hides, in ourselves. Right, so that is the progress that we always need to look out for. That is the progress that we always need to remind ourselves that as much as I am going through a lot, as much as my week has not been good, but I know that there's some good that's hidden inside of me. There's some good that I've done, right, that will make me feel good and better about myself. So those are the beautiful words that we have for you this morning. And then the quote that comes from Chuck Owell, it reads as follows: career growth isn't measured by promotions alone. It's seen in who you are becoming along the way. Oh, those are very deep words, man. Very deep and powerful, and not only deep and powerful, but also profound, man.
Man,
yeah,
Chuck is a wise man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And with growth, I think there are so many ways to look at growth in everywhere. Understand? And measuring growth for some people, it's difficult, and they don't even know where to start to say, okay, how do I measure my growth? How do I see myself as somebody who has been growing, over time? Because just because you're getting a promotion at work, it doesn't mean it is that growth alone. There is something inside of you. Yes, you might be good with the skills that you are portraying wherever you are working. But now, the person that you become, are you growing personally? Because there is your career and there is your personal journey. So both of those, they require serious growth. So, man, Chuck Owell has just gave us these beautiful, profound words to kickstart our beautiful morning. So wherever you are listening from and watching, I hope that these words are very beautiful and you will take them and use them to kickstart your day. So talk to us right there. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show is the hashtag that you need to use, because Wednesdays, of course, we are getting rid of that midweek slump. And one of the things that I have, been shocked by is the days, the number of days that we are in, and then the number of days that we are left just to conclude this year of ours, 2025, guys. And I know wherever you are, you're like, you know what, man, I haven't done things that I've always wanted to do or things that I've planned this year. And I'm only left with 70 days. So we are only left with 70 days in the year. And this is day number 295. And we are only left with 9 weeks remaining. I know, wherever you are, you're beating yourself so hard. But I think this is a time to just clap hands for yourself, give yourself a high five, tap yourself at the back and tell yourself, man, that you know what, it's been a year and I am willing to continue and become the best version of myself. So October is the year of maybe recap and just look back to some of the things that I have done. For you, how has been the year?
For me, this was a pretty weird year for me. I had a lot going on, more especially emotionally, mentally. I'm still fine with those battles. And then for me, hence, I'm saying it's a weird year because I barely performed this year, and it's not something that I do. I think maybe that's also one of those reasons why it's also weird, because me performing, it's some sort of way of getting in a bit of balance into my life. It helps me become a bit centered and a bit grounded, because when I'm on stage, I express whatever I'm feeling. So it's a way of venting for me. Yeah. And it's something that I haven't done so far. So far I've only performed twice this year. Yeah. And for me, it's a pretty huge disappointment on my side. Yeah. So right now, the only thing that I can do is try to seal off the year with some other performances, just to have that final woo-saw just before the year ends. Yeah. And to anybody who had resolutions when the year started, and you probably didn't even manage to reach even half of them, all I can say to you is you did your best, and sometimes your best is all that you have to offer, and the fact that you can still soldier on means a lot. So carry on, man, soldier on. Sometimes not everything needs to happen all at once. Some things need their own time and their own place. So if things didn't come together, just soldier on and carry it on with bravery towards the new year, hey? So that's all I can say, man. We're not going to soldier on through everything. We won't basically have all the resolutions that we want to do or have everything that we wanted to do for this year sorted. One thing you can very bravely be grateful for is the fact that you're still alive. A lot of people passed away this year. I lost quite a lot of people. So I'm grateful for the gift of life and the fact that I am still alive. I'm still soldiering on and I'm still persevering and making sure that everything is happening for me, hey? So you, Mo, what about you though?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I think it has been a very good year, man. Just measuring and looking into the things that we have done, right? Because, Mr. Owell speaks about the career. And I'm like, okay, career-wise, where are you? Where am I? I feel like there is a little bit of growth and there is a little bit of impact that we are doing to people outside there, right? And with the conversations and the guests that we have had right here in the show, man, they have spewed so much knowledge and they have shared so much with us that we can use in our daily life. So that is so much that took place, man, in terms of this year, man, the progress, because we are talking about how to measure your progress, how to measure your growth. I know somewhere somebody has got a promotion. But does that promotion means you are going to be a better person? If you are not a better person, but you do get that promotion, man, it does not take anything from the person that you are, man. So very interesting things that we are looking into as we are getting rid of that midweek slump. So I just want to jump, into our word that we have for today, man. You know that we always, man, look into improving our day-to-day spoken word with our vocabulary. And what we are talking about, man, it resonates with the word of the day that we have on today's day, man. And I just want to jump straight into it, which is sonorous, man. Sonorous. You're asking yourself, how is the word, pronounced, and how do we spell the word? But for now, let me just get the pronunciation before we get much details about this word. So I pronounce it as sonorous, but let us hear how is pronounced. How is the word pronounced, man? Okay, so it is loading right there. So
sonorous, adjective.
Right, sonorous. It is an adjective. So let me just play that again. Sonorous.
Sonorous.
Yeah.
Adjective.
Exactly. So sonorous is our word of the day. And I know, yes, we are playing with this word right now. We are reading it, out loud to you. But of course, man, the most important thing is to know what is the word meaning. And of course, how is the word spelled. I know that you have it right there on your screen, but let us just spell it out loud for somebody maybe who is listening. So the word is spelled as follows. It's sonorous. That is a sonorous. sonorous. That is our word for the day. For the rest of the day, when you are listening right now, and maybe you want to comment and have a sentiment about something, you can use this word. Just infuse it with your thoughts in terms of what you think. But let us get into what the word means. So the word is deep, rich, and full sounding, often used to describe a resonant voices or tones. So whoever has like a deep voice is somebody that can be described as sonorous, right? Because it's deep, it's rich, and full sounding, often used to describe a resonant voice and tones. And I'm asking myself, guys, who has that deep and rich voice? Do you yourself have a deep voice or a rich voice? Do I have a rich voice? Yes. I will never do that to myself. I believe I have a very deep and rich voice. I mean, full sounding. I know that you take instances in training your voice. There are people who are vocal coaches who help you. Sometimes we ask ourselves, when we look at these mainstream media celebrities in terms of how they present themselves. Some of them have went through the training of the vocal cords to a point whereby whenever they speak, man, there's that richness. That's why we have people who are doing voice artistry out there. So sonorous is the way that you can describe somebody who has a deep, rich, and full sounding. I mean, it's often a resonant with voices or the tones, right? It's sonorous. I don't know if maybe you are singing or maybe it's used when you're talking or singing both, but if your voice is deep and rich, right? Sonorous is the word that you can use, because adjective is describing a verb, right? So sonorous is the word for our day. I mean, you can use it as a metaphor. Maybe you want to describe something else that is sonorous, something that is deep, something that is rich, right? So you can just play around with the word right there as you see it right there in your screen. So sonorous is going to be our word of the day, right? You can comment down below if you have something in your mind and tell us what do you think and how can you use that word. 19 minutes till we hit 8 o'clock on the dot. And as I mentioned that we have so much for today's day as we are getting rid of that midweek slump. And one of the things is today's day, what does it mean? Because for us, we always bring you what we call National Celebration Day. Like what kind of national day is being celebrated out there? All I need you to do is to stay tuned, because we are going to come, and give you that national day in terms of what is going on around out there in the world. But for now, we're going to take a short break, and then when we come back, of course, man, we're going to be giving you your morning brew, which we just give you your news headline summary in terms of what is taking place, what is next, what are the context of what is going on in our country right now, because so many people are asking themselves that what is it that we need to do to get our country in order. Right, president also being implicated in so many things. The Madlanga Commission also, continuing, and the ad hoc committee also taking a part. So those are some of the things that we also want to know in terms of what is going on in our country. But with that being said, let us take a short break. Don't go anywhere and don't switch the dial.
below, and I'm still here, I'm freezing cold, and I will wait.
And good music, good vibes is what we always try to aspire and bring right there in your home, in your car, or wherever you are watching and listening from. Of course, man, it is your energetic start to your day, accompanied by a daily dose of positivity. We are located right in the heart of Johannesburg, which is Soweto, Dobsonville, right inside the Blinker Studios. I hope that wherever you are feeling good, because it is Wednesday, the 22nd of October. And as mentioned, we are only left with 70 days left. Right, we're only left with 70 days till we end the year. So wherever you are, I just hope that you don't feel like you are late in terms of doing your things, in terms of achieving your goals. So many of us had goals, but those goals were not achieved because there were things and circumstances that came in, and the obstacles that made us to change the direction of our goals. But don't worry, we have you covered with everything, man. We have you covered because the guests who will come here and talk to you, as we also talk to you each and every morning, just to remind you of how important you are, right? So wherever you are, just appreciate yourself, love yourself, because love is what we always try to encourage people to do. So with that being said, before the break, I will just announce that we're going to be going deep in terms of the news headlines that we started the show with, so that you will be notified and you will be ahead of what we are going to be speaking about. So when we, of course, began the show, we started off with Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa talking about the BEE policy, constitutionally protected and being foundational. So what happened is President Cyril Ramaphosa has reaffirmed that black economic empowerment remains constitutionally protected and legally enforceable. He made the statement in response to the Democratic Alliance's proposal to replace the BEE with an economic inclusion for all bill, which aims to broaden empowerment policies beyond the race-based criteria. So the context is that DA has long criticized the BEE, claiming it benefits politically connected elites rather than ordinary South Africans. So the president, however, dismissed that suggestions that BEE has failed, stressing that the policy is essential to address historic economic imbalances created by the apartheid system. He also noted that any legislative changes must go through proper parliamentary channels, not executive decrees. So what's next on this whole issue is that the parliamentary debate on DA's proposed bill is expected to test the party's position on economic transformation and inclusive growth. Ramaphosa has also urged stakeholders to strengthen rather than scrap BEE to ensure it remains a driver of equity, enterprise development, and of course social justice. So you can hop on right there on the comment section and let us know what you think about this whole issue that is going on in terms of the BEE policy, constitutionally protected and being foundational. Right? Yeah. And then on the next one that we have right here, as we know that yesterday the matriculants were starting to write, and of course the wishes went to them in terms of them preparing and the good luck wishes that they need, because we know that the matric exam, they come with a lot of pressure, and we know that pressure sometimes is not a good thing, especially when you're trying to write your final exam. So the DPE has confirmed that emergency backup venues are ready for the matric exams, right? So what happened is that the DBE, which is the Department of Basic Education, has confirmed that nearly 7,000 exam centers are fully prepared for the 2025 National Senior Certificate exam, which will serve over 900,000 matric candidates nationwide. Minister of Basic Education, Siviwe Kwarube, said the emergency backup venues have been secured to ensure that exams continue seamlessly in the event of natural disasters or the disruption. mentioned. So the announcement follows the recent storm damage and power outage concerns in several provinces that raised a question about the readiness. The DPE said it has coordinated with provincial education departments, municipalities, and disaster management teams to mitigate the risk and protect the integrity of the exams. So what is next is that the department will conduct what they call the final readiness checks this week and deploy monitoring teams across all provinces. Learners are urged to confirm their exam venue and remain alert to any official updates that are going to come through so that they can be helped. The DPE will also release a national hotline number for reporting irregularities or emergency relocation. As soon as that number is being sent, we will come back with the developing stories and share it with you. If you have a niece or your child is a matriculant out there, because it is very important for them to write on the venues that are safe for them to finish their exams, right? You can also let me know what you think in terms of that right there on the comment section by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, or you can send your voice note on 060-493-3226. And then lastly, we covered that lions escaped from a moving vehicle during a transport operation. So what happened is the motorists near the Lichtenberg and Zeerast in the Northwest Province were left stunned after a lion escaped from a moving wildlife transporter, leaping through the roof of the vehicle. So the driver stopped immediately and wildlife authorities launched a rapid search operation. The lion was later safely recaptured without injuries to people or the animal itself, because those were the concerns. Immediately the lion is on the loose. People fear for other people's lives to say, guys, this that this animal is very dangerous, so people can lose their lives out there. But it was recovered and recaptured safely and brought back. So the lion was reportedly being transported between the reserves when it forced an open weak section of the truck's enclosure. The incident sparked temporary road closures and panic among local residents. Wildlife experts have since raised concerns about transport safety standards and animal stress management during the relocation. So what's next right now is that the Department of Environmental Affairs and the Northwest Park Board are investigating whether transport regulations were breached. Officials are expected to introduce stricter transport protocols for large predators to prevent similar incidents. The lion is now under veterinary observation before being relocated back to its reserve. Right. And of course, this speaks about the incompetency, of the people who are working in the Department of the Environmental Affairs, even the people who are hired, right? We know that you have to be a professional because you're dealing with a dangerous species right here, and the safety and just making sure that these are well caged, and of course the transport that is being used is according to the standards of the affairs, because you are transporting a lion here, so anything can happen. It can jump off, it can open the door of the vehicle while moving and then head over to wherever it's going. So I just hope that, this is handled very well and it's going to be looked upon as they're talking about the investigations that are still pending. You can let me know what you think right there by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Send us your voice note on 060-493-3226.
Mo, I feel like maybe the animals are just getting a bit smart, hey?
Yeah.
Because a lion managed to find a weak spot.
Yeah.
Within that car.
Yeah.
So doesn't it also tell you that animals are also maybe just evolving? Imagine, first of all, it find a weak spot. So it means that while it was still inside the vehicle, it was busy literally looking around. Okay, so this is basically the easiest spot for me to escape. And it also speaks about the whole maintenance of the vehicles.
Yeah.
If a lion can spot a weak spot while trapped inside in a car that's meant to keep it caged in
Yeah.
then that clearly then the cars are not going in for maintenance. Then they're not being well looked after. That means that they're not being checked on a regular basis, whether or not they have weak spots or they don't.
Yeah.
They'll also need to be maintained to see that their enclosures within the car itself are actually nice and safe, to make sure that anybody who is just an ordinary person using the same route or the same road that is transporting the wildlife species is also not going to be affected.
Yeah.
Because I think it's not the first lion escape we've had this year in 2025. It speaks a lot. Man, we've had a lion escape more than once this year. So it shows you that it seems that when it comes to the wildlife preservation and the safety of the animals and obviously us ordinary South Africans, then that means that there's a weak point that the people that are not even the people that we are in charge are not seeing.
Yeah.
And they're not investigating and putting proper time into it. So it really does say a lot. Hey, it does, man.
I mean, Simba just wanted to,
Go see Timon and Pumbaa.
yeah.
The
But
freedom.
Lana, look, I mean, it's understandable,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, it's understandable. I don't think it's something that happens quite a lot, but yeah, it could be fatal, it could be deadly. So, Jamila Bakrinis, and that's all.
Yeah. I mean, we have seen that most of them, in terms of being in the environment that they're used to, right? Because now, as a human being, animals, they portray the same behavior as human beings. If you are also trapped, or maybe you live in a certain township for like 70 years or 40 years,
Wa borega.
once they transport you to Cape Town, like, you wouldn't even survive 3 days if you are used, to that lifestyle whereby you grew up in. So with the animals, I think it's easy to capture them because most of them don't even know where to go. Because first thing first, when they're exposed to a different environment, they start, getting shocked. And a lot of them, they don't even move far, from the distances. Yes, there are animals who will try to run away, the furthest, because wherever the wildlife, where they are living, of course, there is, a huge amount of space. They move, to wherever they move. So whenever they are in the, wild, in an open space area, they will try to move. Not try, but they do move. But now you put a lion in a residential area, it will never move the feathers, because what is going on here?
Restricted movement.
Yeah.
But then, Angere, most of the times, the reason why these animals are basically captured from the wild and released into a new habitat, it's also because of the poaching. So that means that there's probably a whole lot of poaching that's happening, and especially in South Africa, especially when it comes to the rhinos, we've had so many poaching incidents that is busy happening here. So that's like one of the main reasons why you find wild animals being moved from A to B or from B to C because of things like that. We're also trying to preserve the natural habitat, or somewhat infuse what they're used to into something that's new. It is obviously going to take time for them to get used to it, but unfortunately, because of some people who do not respect the balance of nature and just literally go out poaching, this has to be done. So right now, because it has to be done, that means that we need to take much more stricter and much more safer policies when it comes to safe movement of the lions or whatever wild animal from A to B. It needs to be much more safer. But I just pray that we basically now are going to have much more safer means of transportations, and vehicles will be checked at least on a daily, if not a daily, then a weekly basis to make sure that they do not escape within their route.
It goes, of course, to the stricter transport protocols that they want to implement right now, to say, okay, guys, because these animals, they do grow up, and I don't know how big and how huge that lion was. If maybe we can get a footage of it, maybe like pictures of what was happening on the scene, like you would understand, or maybe the vehicle was not even supposed to transport the animal because they're like, no, it's not going to do anything. It's harmless. Just like that dog of yours. The next thing when people come in, it starts biting everyone who's coming in.
Yeah, maybe they transported it in 1400.
Yeah, well, like it's the same. Like
Izohlala. 1400. It's okay, man. Or NP 200.
Yeah. Well, and you ask yourself, guys, yes, you know, Guti, you are living with this animal and you have observed its behavior. Because I think most of the thing is they transport animals that they know their behavior. Or this one is not going to be an unruly animal. It's not going to roam around or it's not going to fight us. You know, so we know this one, it's just polite, get into the van, but you'll never know how is it going to behave if it's on the road. Because I feel like most animals, while when they do this, it's because of threat. They feel like there's a threat around them, right? So they will try by any means to escape.
Maybe it was hungry.
You understand?
Just didn't feed it.
Yeah. Maybe it's sauce, because we look like meat, but babang out there, right? It was being transported or the van was transparent out there. Then it saw you. I was like, yes.
Yes.
That's
There
a
goes
piece of
my
meat.
lunch, bruh.
That's a piece of meat. But the Department of Environmental Affairs and, of course, the Northwest Parks Board, they are investigating whether that transport was supposed to transport, the animal to the other reserve. But you can let us know, man, what you think and share your sentiments right there by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. 2 minutes past 8, there's the time, and I see some of you are coming in on the comment section. So let me just go through and read some of those comments right there. Starting off with the first one from Tembimni. A very good morning, Vooka team and Vooka Nation. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Hashtag Sivugile on a beautiful sunny Wednesday. Good morning to you, ma. Hope that you're also having a beautiful morning.
Morning, ma.
And then she says, may you have a day full of God's blessings and share the love. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Amen to that.
And thank you so
ma.
much. And then he says, hashtag rise and shine and happy Wednesday, Vooka team and Vooka Nation. Take a good care of you. Definitely, we will do that for the rest of the day and for the rest of the week. And then Miss Q Rams comes to say, good morning, Vooka Nation. Hope you are doing well. Happy Wednesday. Happy new blessed day. Good morning to you. Hope that wherever you are feeling good and looking forward to today's day.
Good
Right,
morning, Miss Q. I hope this time you have your phone.
Yeah. You didn't forget your phone at home, man. Eish, yeah, things happen out there. And then Zinzi comes to say a very good morning, Vooka Nation, and the best team ever. Sivugile, and a happy Wednesday. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Good morning to you, Zinzi. Hope that you're also going to have a blessed day ahead of you. And a productive one, as you mentioned right here. Then she comes through saying, I love the Zaza on you, Afriben.
Oh my gosh, thank you very much. Like I brought in my Darth Vader situation. Like, you know what? Ray decided to give me the shades, you know what? And because Stevie just said, child, I'm gonna leave you wondering, I'm like, okay, it's fine. Thank you very much, my love. Well, thank you.
Yeah, surely, of course, they want to know, like, what's the motivation behind, the Zaza for today.
Funny enough, I think I have shades, but these are definitely like the only shades that I can rock because the lens, it's a bit too thin because of this. I'm short-sighted, so one of the other reasons why I barely ever wear sunglasses.
Yeah.
But then I miss these ones. I haven't put them on in such a long time. I feel like I'm in my mysterious type of area. Like, okay, who's this person, man? Who's this? So for me, that's what I like about them, and the fact that I'm also wearing a cap. So I came in wearing a cap. So once you see the cap and then you see the glasses, you can barely make out my face. So it's all mystery and wonder. So that's like one of the reasons why I have them. Like I need to be mysterious sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, stylish, and we know, as Miss Timby mentioned, that it is a sunny Wednesday out there. For some of you who are, struggling with eye problems, man, it's very important to protect your eyes by wearing the sunglasses because, this sun, man, is it's powerful, man. The sun ray is powerful to a point that people get infections, eye infection, just because of being in the sun. So, Luena out there, instead of zazazeling, please protect your eyes out there.
Yes,
Yeah. And then Miss Q Rams comes through saying, "Oh, Mara Afriperi, I have it there. I won't forget it anymore."
I am just checking, child. Okay, today, at least when you woke up, you made sure. I also made sure, okay, I have my phone. If you're taking class or you use Zambak, you're like, okay, I got my class, I got my Zambak. I have my lotion. Yes, I need to smell nice. I have my ta over there. I'm just checking out and looking out for you, sis, because I remember last time you forgot it, and I know how hard it is to actually survive the day without your phone, especially if you're used to having it.
Yeah.
I know because when I go do event waitressing, sometimes it's so hard. For example, you guys may send me a message, and by the time I get it, it's already late. Like almost everybody had Vooka already, and by the time I get home, all I want to do is sleep because now, like, I literally just can't stay awake. So I literally do understand how it is to go a day without your phone, and I'm just looking out for you, sis. Yes, girl.
Yeah, so I'm just glad that you re-emphasize that you will never forget it anymore, because sometimes, Aisha, there are a lot of things that we forget, guys. There are a lot of things that we forget. Just not mentioning phones or gadgets, our devices, or maybe you forget your handbag when you go to work. Some people forget their dignity. You just forget your dignity to where you are going.
No, it's true, because kunabantu that they go and misbehave elsewhere.
Yeah.
So you left your manners
At home.
It's true.
But when you're at home, you behave.
Yeah.
Guys, come on, man.
Ayithi ekhaya bathi gezi izitsha.
Yes.
Yazi guys, hey.
When
Count
you're
me
out
out.
there, you're just becoming unruly. Awumameli. Like me, man. Me. Everywhere you go, man, you have to portray, because they say charity begins at home. Whatever that you are taught at home, you have to practice it out there, right? So if you forget your dignity, you forget your respect at home, what are you doing? What are you doing with your life? What are you doing with yourself? So wherever you are, I hope that you did not forget anything about yourself. Because trust me, there are places that make you forget something about yourself. Or you are a good girl, or you are a good boy. And whenever you just get into that, place, you just forget who you are. Right? So please, guys, don't forget who you are. And of course, health is the most important thing and aspect in our lives, as Wednesday also for wellness. Right? So do make sure that you eat healthy out there. As yesterday we were celebrating National Apple Day, so I hope that you guys had an apple. For me, yes, I'm still trying, because the last time I had an apple, I think it was 2 to 3 months back. I'm still trying to get into that gist of having more fruits in my body. Barring an apple a day, what?
Keeps the doctor away.
Guys, it's a good thing though. An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
You know one thing for sure, Mo, is that like because you don't love fruits. Like, one thing I can tell you about home is that once the fruits arrive today, come Friday, there's no more fruits. That's how much we love fruits at home.
Yeah.
And then sometimes some fruits literally get finished within a day.
Yeah.
So when I go shopping and I want to buy fruits, I make sure that I buy them like a bit more bulk. So for example, if I buy like a packet of apples, I buy 2. So I go for the green and the red. If I'm gonna buy nachos, I buy 2 packs.
Yeah.
If I'm buying papaya, I make sure that I get 2. So I get almost 2 of everything, because I know by the time I get it home, trust me, the fruits will end up being lunch, the fruits will be dinner, and nobody's gonna want to eat anything. The only thing that we're gonna want to have is fruits.
Yeah.
And I've even taught myself to such a point, I know it's a bad habit, I know, but I live with fruit addicts to such a point that I sometimes need to hide some for me. because I can't eat fruits the way they do. So me, I want to have them like on a daily basis. And okay, you cannot last at least maybe a whole like 2 weeks. Where? 2 weeks where? In which house? They don't last 2 weeks. So I literally stashed some for me, for myself on the side. Because I know by the time I come back from Vooka and going back home, there are no more fruits at home, Mo.
They're done.
They're done. You know how painful it is? You bought fruits, when you get home, they don't even leave one for you.
Eish,
Everything is finished. They break my heart, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, for something that you just grab and eat, I know that a lot of people gravitate towards that. You know, it's not the same as a meal where you have to prepare noodles. 2 minutes. 2 minutes is a lot, guys. We just want to grab.
Oh, noodles is even worse. Noodles don't last at home. I remember last week, don't like noodles don't last. I bought like a whole box of noodles, which is basically 50 packs inside. My guy, they lasted 1 week.
50.
If you, you don't understand. Like
50 or 5. So
I can
5, I 10.
I'm a pack out 5, I 10. So basically, it's 50 inside a box.
I
don't understand. It's
no, but it makes sense. I mean, imagine if, let's say, for example, isinkwa is tengang, then kuzodliwa ama noodles.
No masikho isinkwa endlini, we are noodles addicts. They do not
so that
last. Azange baseng bamekile sho ukuthi bayaqeda jo. Can I tell you ukuthi
but that's what I'm saying. Look, if that's the only thing that one can eat.
Banale, my family is so weird to a point that they'll have noodles for breakfast, lunch and dinner.
But was there an option for bread?
They did it. They chose not to buy it.
No, man, you see there's a difference. Ngikhuluma ngento esendlini.
Like khona manje ngakutshela ukuthi kunesinkwa, maybe says lesinkwa lesi we bought it on Saturday, Sunday, na Monday lesinkwa besasa khona kodwa ama noodles aphelile. And I'm like, I haven't said my mom done. I'm like, you guys are like, you're gonna make me not to buy noodles anymore because it makes no sense. You cannot eat 50 packets within 1 week. I'm like, yes, I know they are nice, but like, no, Nina, I need niyalwa. And then my mom was like, hey, also well, lady. And I'm
noodles
like,
are low-cost meals, easy to prepare, quick. So it's understandable, man.
2 minutes noodles.
no, I can it's understandable, Marawa. In 1 week, you know. At least unless I really Gillette 10 in 1 week. Packet that's say 50. Aye, guys, you know. For me, it becomes a waste.
I mean,
and how many are you guys?
C7.
Then maybe like it's
budget 3 each, ne?
Yeah, la budget 3 each. Like you bottle cool. They literally just throw them in there and then start cooking.
So let's imagine budget 3 each. Daily.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm
which is like acceptable, right?
Mara guys, there's like also meat in the house that we can cook for dinner, and then instead of cooking that or like having some veggies,
who wants to stand on the stove? But what I'm saying is 3 by 7, 3, 8 ngawe already.
I barely even namanje banale mina ngiphila ngokufihla ngifihla ipakete eyi-1 lama noodles endlini. They don't know ukuthi ngilifihle kuphi. Ngalendlela bawadla ngakhona, like endlini I need to stash things for myself because half the time when they eat them I'm not at home, and it's like they literally wait for me to leave, ne?
You guys are playing Hunger Games, most there.
You like
I mean, it's as simple as we know that there's Afribeer, guys. So Aja and leave some for you.
Leave for who? They don't, my guy. Like I literally sat my grandmother down on Sunday. I'm like, you know what? I love my family. I love you guys. Mara.
So you guys, you don't look like for each other out. Maybe we are at the funeral or at the family dinner or something. It's like, okay, 1 piece is left and I know that, you know, there's African.
No, they'll do that if it's like the whole family get together. But you know what they like to say? Guys. I can come back from home and I know that my son will snitch. Yo, come. when I know see mama rekile KFC, because my son can't say KFC, he say KFC. O rekile KFC, rona raja KFC, haba feditse ba reka fish bone, raja fish bone, re go timile nne. I'm like, what? Wait, what?
But then do you tell them when a movie would look, extra cooked and we had?
No, they know, because I do tell them. I'm like, no, extra came to the show. Now, remember that there was a time when I came with the petty presser, and my grandmother was like, "Anta waratlela bhega." So gatle, and it's not things that I can do because I eat with y'all at work. So imagine kipakas kaftin. In a way, it makes me look like a bad person because everybody here, we're all sharing. We're also a family here at work. So imagine in now whole Africa kitlaga tapaway. Rapeile molo go jiwe as the whole crew, as the whole family. Me, I'm just stashing down the side. It makes no sense. It makes me look like a bad person. There's a difference between work and home. And then nako jarate mamplelo re kitsamele le lalaka. O hambe nesiso sakhe. Uzobona ukuthi uphuma kanjani phambili. I'm like, this family of mine.
Yo.
I live in World War III, bruh.
You are. I mean, I would have a family meeting to say, guys, I understand. Okay, I have lost. Because sometimes we'll take it as a game to say, okay, you started the game. Now you don't know what to do anymore. And I'm like, okay, guys, let's sit down. I mean, if there's 50 noodles, at least leave 3 for me.
I've learned a strategy. Just stash. Because if I say leave for me, you know what my mom says? You askisi. That's my baby brother. No dolls. He can't even say noodles. So whenever you say noodles, I'm like, the only thing he knows how to say is Coke.
Yeah.
Like, I want a cold drink. If my baby brother sees cold drink, that person starts jumping up and down. Go, ka base. Nakana 1 or 2 years ka base.
Hi man, very interesting things that are going out there, man. You know that family dynamics comes with a lot of things. And then Tebim comes through saying we need more water in our body as well. Yes, mama, we need
we
more
do.
Water,
hey,
right?
I need to start carrying my bottle.
We know that people love water with electricity. This is strictly water, H2O, nothing inside, not flavored water. We're talking about water. So please drink more water out there, man, because even the weather, is starting to even shake other people's immune system, because when it's cold and sunny the next day, you would feel that your body is trying to reintegrate, to its normal self. And then she comes through back again and say, yo, Africa song. I mean, I don't know why, but what gangaga, especially umbali. I mean, guys, noodles are nice, man. Even the flavors that are being introduced right now, like people explore around noodles. Babang, they even add their own flavors. For some people, it's it's like eating spaghetti basically when you eat noodles, right? And just by watching Chinese movies right there, like you just love how they use the chopsticks and things like that.
Speaking of which, I think the best solution for me to make sure that they don't eat all of the noodles, I'm gonna buy the Asian noodles, the bulldog, the one that came with a very spicy sauce. Those will be the perfect ones, because I know with those ones they won't eat, they can't stand chili. I'm the one who eats a whole lot of chili and lean. So with those ones, I know that they're going to be reserved. Box, then I buy myself that box. I even know I'm going to get it. Campus Square, so I know I'm going to get it, and then I'll just buy 2 boxes for them. Once they are done with theirs, they must never come to my side. Because the only thing they're going to taste is the chili.
Yeah, no, for sure. Can't imagine you walking in. Yeah, why got the noodles? Right, so
they won't.
Hopefully that works out.
Yeah,
but I mean, look, we always say, guys, no go man. Come on,
That's for me. It's eating. It's not a problem. The problem with Mosha, like nakanela kaosane beke etlang, because we know as South Africans, like life in terms of the economy itself, it's very hard. So eat to enjoy, not go jela o lela o bogopolo. There's still other days that are coming. That's I've even told them, like, I you can eat the noodles, but my problem is think about the other days that are coming, because you may never know if there are other days the kids come from school and there's nothing for them to eat for lunch.
Yeah.
Those noodles that you guys were having a festive season with, they could have been their food for lunch when they come back from school.
Yep.
So think about the other days. That's me. That's how I am as a parent. Even my son knows. Even when I give him money, I'm like, okay, here's money. I teach him to be 7. Like, you have 10 rand.
Yeah.
You can't spend it all in one day, because tomorrow you're gonna come back and say, Mama Kikopa. Even my little brother knows, or if I have 7 rand, I know, okay, maybe today ke ja 2 ranta, kausani ke ja ranta, because there's still other days that are coming. So you learn to think ahead. So that's the only thing that I'm saying with them. Yes, you can eat, but think ahead. Kgwedi ha e so fail.
Yeah.
Le di fetsa within 1 week.
Yeah.
Like there's still 3 more other weeks that are coming up. Think about that.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking the festive is coming, and those little buggers eat like they eat like crazy.
Hey.
And now I'm thinking that box of noodles not even gonna last a week. It'll probably be done within 3 days, because they eat like they literally eat. They eat breakfast, they eat lunch at school, they come back and have lunch again, and then they have dinner, and then in between that they squeeze in a snack. Those people can eat 6 times a day, and I'm like, okay,
It's boys, guys. Boys must eat. Boys must
And I'm
eat.
like, okay.
If you're a boy child, a boy child must eat, guys. Whether you like it or not. You can't be giving your boy the light breakfast. No,
Even girl child, man.
You're speaking for yourself.
they have to eat.
You're speaking for yourself. Yeah, just be you.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah, Mia was a girl child who ate.
She'll just and then
Yeah.
she doesn't.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, let's not
There are
exclude
some girl childs who eat, because I
not
grew
even
up as
girl
an
child.
eater.
There's women that eat. Like, it's not men only. It's women.
Yeah.
What? No, guys.
Babas.
Let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Let's take some stats.
Ufuna expose her.
You exposing
We as exposed.
Original female mafobela.
Yo.
Anyway, more.
Yeah. Yeah, man. With that being said, man, as Omama mentioned, Umbali Nai also loves to eat noodles. So all I can say is, you know what? Eat, mbali. There's nothing we can do, guys. While they last. Hey, what if China decide to stop the noodles, manufacturing noodles?
They're not the only ones.
Enjoy them while they
They're
last.
not the only ones. Like, you can also have Indomie. Indomie are like the Indomie Nigerian noodles. But the packet is no. Listen.
For number 2-minute noodles.
No.
Keep it plastic in.
They are manufactured. They are manufactured by they're underwritten by another company that falls under like a Nestle Abomegi. So it's basically internationally, but most of the time you see them based in Nigeria. In Nigeria, they have two different versions. There's 2 different boxes of Indomie. If you can pay us on the middle point, even so. No, there's 2 different versions of Indomie.
So there's no way.
Yeah, so there's 2 different versions of Indomie. There's a one with a white box. There's one in a brown box. The brown box is a South African version of it. So it's basically what you find in your 2-minute noodles is spicy pale. And then the ones that come from Nigeria, because they're also like a bit of oil. They like having what Chinese called fried noodles. So their noodles come with oil. They also come with the chili sauce, and then they also have the flavor. So it's basically what you're having with that version of Indomie. It's your fried noodles, what you also find in like your popular Asian restaurants.
Yeah.
So those 2 different versions. Me, dala ngidla noodles, buza mina.
Nigeria, guys.
Buza mina. No,
I mean, for me, I always like try to, track the origin. To say who are the people who really came with noodles, right? Yes, you guys might be manufacturing, but it's like you're just infusing, and mixing what you guys already have and what already has been done. But we cannot take away the fact that Chinese and Japanese, they make the best noodles.
The Asian society,
they
yes.
make the best.
Because there's also rice noodles, and then those sticky noodles, and then those little thin, transparent noodles. I've never tried those. I've also also been keen on trying them.
Yeah.
So one day, Bossman, I think we need to hit up an Asian restaurant and basically do a bit of a food exploration on that side. It'll be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So, man, I hopefully will just have to do that, man. Hey?
Yeah, but with that being said, man, 24 minutes past 8 at the time, we're going to take a short break, and then when we come back, man, we are going to play games. La sidlala ma game. I know that you grew up when ungadlala ma game. That's why une anger. That's why you have a lot of anger, because I was the game while you were still young. Don't worry.
Wow.
Come and play with us, because that's what we do, man. Just trying to break the morning ice. Because you know, man, mornings for some people can be difficult, can be tough. So don't worry, come with us. After the short break, we're going straight to the game that we have.
I never wanna see ya. I'm just someone said you needed space, said you needed more time to think, so you went away, but you still would stay in my dream. Now you're back for more. Why you in my reality? My hair closed the door, even though my heart just won't leave. That was then, can't go back. Hurt so bad, had to block out the memory. If we try again, start from scratch. You wanna pick up where we left off, but you've been gone away. You've been gone away so long. Since you've been gone away, you've been gone away so long. I forgot your middle name, I forgot your birthday. You still wear cologne the same, like it in the worst way. You've been gone away. Since you've been gone away, you've been gone away. 50, 11 days, 50, 11 days, 50, 11. I lost count of all of the weeks that you have your way. Wouldn't pick a fight when you'd leave. Now you're back for more. Did you find the healing you seek, or did you realize that I'm everything that you need? That was then. Go back. Hurt so bad. Had to block out the memory. Yeah. Start from scratch. You wanna pick up where we left off, but you've been gone away. You've been gone away so long. You've been gone since you've been gone away. You've been gone away so long. I forgot your middle name, I forgot your birthday. You still wear cologne the same, love it in the worst way. You've been gone away, since you've been gone away. You've been gone away. I forgot your middle name, I forgot your birthday, your favorite position. Do we still have chemistry? Yeah. Since you've been gone away so long. I should've known better, deja vu. I should've known better that I'd lose. I should've known better. Tell me that this wasn't all for nothing. I should've known better than I did. I should've known better. Love's love, man. I should've known better than to give my all. It never works out for me.
I hope that wherever you are in your morning feels and you are enjoying this good morning. Not just any morning, but a good Wednesday morning, man. So just to hop on the comment section, you can use the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, and you can connect with us throughout our social media platforms. We are Vooka Breakfast Show. If you want to dial us in or send us your voice note, that's 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. 29 minutes past 8. It is the time. So as we promised before the break, that we're going to be playing a game that is going to be introduced, of course, to us in a few minutes. All you need to do is if you want to participate, you can do so, because I know that most of us, we do like to play games and just test our knowledge in terms of what do we exactly know. Understand, like your knowledge, man. How far can you stretch your knowledge with us? So if you want to participate, you can just hop in the comment section and let us know, okay, this is the answer, and this is how I found the answer. Yesterday, we were just given and playing a very difficult game that included numbers. We know most of us, we are not good. Not most of us, let me just say, I am not that good. There are people who are very good with numbers, guys, like very, very, very good. Right?
Money.
Yeah,
I only know how to count my money.
Yeah, it's always the case with women. It's money. When you say numbers, they think of money.
I even wondered why I even went to why I did accounting in high school, because I thought to myself, I'm like, why am I accounting for money I don't have? Why? Why?
I mean, you can count other people's money, in which I always convince people, a lot of people, to say, no, don't worry, let me count your money for you. Let me help you with your money. Right? That's what accountants do. They handle other people's money. They don't handle their own money. So just by being an accountant, it means you are good with handling other people's money, right? So yeah, man. With that being said, I think we are going to start right now and just introduce Ugutoke. What game do we have? What are we playing today, man?
Yes, sir. So I'm gonna pull up a couple of images on the screen, and I'm not expecting you to either state the name of, let's say, that iconic structure like a building or stadium. The minimum you can do is at least tell me the location or the country, right? So we're gonna start with the first one, which is relatively easy and everyone can guess this. So I'm gonna pull up an image right now, and I'm hoping most people know this image. Anti-Dombo, all right? Cool. So, Vooka Nation, this is the first photo, and either you can tell me the name of this iconic stadium, or at least the location of where it is. Okay. So it'll get harder and harder. We've got about 9 images. So let's just quickly get this one out the way. Afriberry, do you want to go first, or should Mo go first?
I'll go first.
You want to go first? Okay. What is the name of this stadium?
First National Bank Stadium, FNB Stadium.
Okay. And where's this located?
Hey, somewhere there. Just before you literally get to Boysons. I don't know. I'm getting not so far from Nasrec.
Okay.
Expo Center, yeah.
No, it's cool. It's cool. I'll give that to you. So we're going to move on to the next one. Mo, I'm not going to give you any clues with this one. What's the name of this stadium?
Oh, man. The blue. I'm thinking Pretoria.
You're close.
Okay, it's in Pretoria, right?
Yep.
That's not Lucas. Loftus Versfeld?
That's Loftus.
Yeah.
That's Loftus. Good one. So we're going to switch things up a little bit, and we're going to pull up some iconic travel destinations.
Okay.
So, Afriberry, you should know this one right here. Everyone knows this one. Where is this?
Sydney, Australia.
Sydney, Australia. Do you know the iconic building?
I know it's isn't it like also used for like, isn't like also like known for being an opera house or something like that?
You're very close. You are right.
That's as far as I go because I can't remember the name, but I know that literally playing there or singing there, performing there as an artist is like one of the biggest highlights in terms of performing there. It's a very iconic landmark.
Yep, that's the Sydney Opera House.
Sydney Opera House, yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Okay, Mo, here's the next one for you right here.
Oh.
Okay.
So that is, I mean, I do, because I've studied a lot of, what do you call them? Tourist destinations, right?
Okay.
Because I was doing travel and tourism.
Yep.
So I know that, my memory is very bad. But this is the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Is this the Leaning Tower of Pisa?
Yes, it is.
In Italy.
Yeah, and I remember that the first construction of this building was in 1173.
Yes, it is. Correct.
The only way I
Pisa,
actually learned
Italy.
the only way that I actually learned that place is because in primary they taught me a very ridiculous song about it.
Yeah.
In Italy, we see the long leaning pizza tower. It looks alright. It looks just
And
fine.
even cool cat. Cool cat. Yeah, malum cool cat. I'm leaning like the Tower of Pisa.
Okay, Afroberry, here's your one right here. Boom.
Taj Mahal.
Okay, and where's this? It's
I'm
fine.
not gonna lie.
You're still correct. You don't have to.
I'm not gonna lie about the place or destination. One thing I know is that it's the Taj Mahal that was built for the guy was basically paying homage to his female companion, so that's why it was built. But it took a while to get finished. Like the construction, it was not something that was completed in about 10 or even 5 years.
Cool.
Taj Mahal.
All right, because that's in India.
Yeah.
Okay, but good job. Mo, moving on to you. Here is one iconic structure, and where's this?
This is in London.
Okay,
It's called the London Bridge.
The London Bridge. Excellent.
The London Bridge is falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down. I remember because I saw it on Records of Ragnarok.
All right, moving on, Afroberry. What is this
Empire State Building. New York. Isn't it the Empire State Building in New York?
building? Yes, in New York. Excellent.
I remembered Alicia Keys.
Excellent. And then Mo, what's this stadium right here?
So the stadium is located in Cape Town. And the name of the stadium, right now, I think it's changed to DHL, but we formerly known as Green Point.
Correct.
I got the stadium like the stadium gets away FNB.
Yeah, and interesting thing is that I think next year the World Championship Athletics will be hosted next to the Green Point, even inside the Green Point Stadium. So yeah, it's attracting money. That one, that stadium is for money.
A lot of it.
Yeah.
A lot of it. Afri, you should know the stadium.
It's even, it's not written, but yeah, there you have it right there.
Ellis Park Stadium.
Stadium.
I worked there, so hence I remember it.
Okay, and then Mo, what about the stadium right here?
This one, like I just recognize it because each and every time we go to Rustenburg, we always pass through it. So this is in Rustenburg.
Yep.
And this is the Royal Bafokeng Stadium.
Royal Bafokeng.
Yep.
Hey man, I once stayed around here.
Serious?
Yeah, for like a week and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know the Bafokeng Palace?
No.
Oh man. Oh yeah, those people, man, they're diamonds.
Hey.
But
I stayed at Pokeng, which is also around here as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so none of you guys have lost, ne? Afri, what is this one here? Guys, we need.
Isn't that in Russia?
That's correct.
I don't know what the place is. I just saw the colors and I remember that Russia is also known for having very colorful buildings. I don't want to lie, I do not know the building, but I know that it's in Russia.
It's in Russia.
5 palaces and 4 cathedrals.
Eish.
That
Is
is the Kremlin.
Yes. Yes. And then two more. Okay, this is just a giveaway, Mo. Come on.
Actually, I think this is in Alex, man. I've seen this building somewhere in Alex, but this is in Pretoria, man. The Union Building.
The Union Buildings,
Yeah.
and I stayed literally 2 minutes away from the Union Buildings.
Yeah.
I used to jog here almost every evening. Don't know if it has changed, but yeah, very nice place, especially the scenic views right
Yeah.
at the top. And then the last one here. No, it's not the last one. Yeah. So Afri, let's go.
Now the level of this one just got a little bit difficult.
Can I get a clue?
Ooh, this is in Josie.
Wait, whoa, and a joker get Josie.
Go Afri.
Is it in Japan?
No, ma'am.
Oh man, those buildings, man, they have a name because of how they are connected. Oh,
I said Dubai.
Nope.
nice one.
I give
Last
up.
chance. So this is in Malaysia.
Oh,
Yo, narana.
Yeah, the Petronas Tower.
Petronas
Towers.
Yo,
Yes.
yeah. I wouldn't
And
got that
then
one.
because we started with you, Afri, obviously it ends with Mo. This one here, come on, man.
I am more easy. I can it difficult.
So these statues, because I have read that the original one is in France, right? But I don't know. Is this the Liberty statue? This is the Liberty statue, but
Correct.
in USA. Where in USA?
It's in New York.
Yeah, New York. The Liberty statue,
Lady Liberty.
Lady Liberty.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
The Statue of Liberty.
I think there are 3 Statue of Liberties in the world. The one is in New York, the other one is in France. The third one, I forgot where it is, but I think there are 3, man.
Yep.
So which one is
the third
it?
one is in my backyard. No, but guys, thank you. You know your destinations. You know your
Yeah.
Maybe a month from now when we play it,
Yeah,
I'll start diving into Africa now.
Yes.
You know, like your Nairobi and
That
you
will
know
be
the
interesting.
Victoria
That
Falls.
will
Do
be
you
very
know the
interesting, man.
you know
Yeah.
not obviously like your Egypt, your because there's many pyramids, not just
Only in Egypt. If I'm correct, I think Ethiopia also has some pyramids of some sort.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not all the pyramids are not only found in Egypt when it comes to here in Africa.
Very interesting, man, because when it comes to destination, I know a lot of people, they struggle just to say, hey, I know that building, it's somewhere, you know, Aisha. But some will tell you, Guti, you will name it, you'll pronounce it. Now I have been there, so I don't care, my friend. Or,
Yeah.
I don't know the name, but I have been there, right? Very interesting, man. I think this also helps us just to maybe if you want to travel all around the world, you know, visit some of those destinations, because some they are what do you call this? They are under UNESCO heritage sites. So anything that is under UNESCO, man, that it means it is recognized worldwide. So those are some of the, you know, destinations that we have covered for you. I hope that you guys have learned something, and maybe we'll take it into consideration, Loena, when you play your games, quizzes right there. You have something to post about with your friends by learning those places. But yeah, man. Just before we hit 9 o'clock, you know that we always give you things that are very interesting that have took place, and you know that those places maybe someday we will go into the information that is detailed in terms of their history, because each and every destination holds a very rich history about where is it coming from. So I hope we're going to be, you know, getting to that as time goes on. So with that being said, you know that we also have our own historical moments that we would like to share with you so that we can learn, so that we can know what happened last year, last year, or what happened just yesterday. But today, right here, we're going to be covering something that happened, man, in 1963. So, 225,000 students boycott Chicago schools in Freedom Day protest. So, on this day, October 22nd, 1963, over 225,000 students boycotted Chicago public school in a massive protest known as the Freedom Day, demanding an end to the de facto segregation and unequal education. So, if you happen to know that, or maybe you want to share your sentiments, please come through in the comment section and say, you know, during my history lesson, man, I remember going through this, and I remember us doing an activity about what happened in 1963, right there in de facto, right? And then on the next one that we have right here in 2013, Thor: The Dark World, directed by Alan Taylor, starring Chris Hemsworth and Natalie Portman, premieres in London. So this one, of course, is for movie lovers. I know wherever you are,
MCU
like,
fans,
man, understand to say, yo, man, I was there when it was released this side, but in London it premiered on this day in 2013. So Thor: The Dark World premiered in London in Leicester Square, drawing major stars and fans to its thunderous red carpet event. That's where you get to see the stars. That's where you get to interact with them, engage with them, just to ask them questions, to say, hey man, you know, the experience, what is the story behind Thor? Who is Thor? Why is Thor having the hammer, the thunders, and things like that? And Chris, why are you wearing a cape? Those are some of the questions that, you know, a lot of people ask on a red carpet whenever a movie is premiering. So on this day in London, in Leicester Square, that's when they had their premiere, and the stars were walking in the red carpet, you know, and of course interacting with their fans. And then on the last one that we have here in 2012, the Raid, fourth studio album by Taylor Swift, is released. Billboard Album of the Year 2012 and 2013. Taylor Swift released her fourth studio album, Raid, on October 22 in 2012, marking a bold shift from country to pop and earning a Billboard Album of the Year for both 2013 and 2012. Right, you know that if you earn a Billboard Album of the Year, you have worked very hard, and that accolade does not go to anyone out there. But Taylor Swift, you know, managed to do it in 2012 and 2013. So if you have anything that you would like to share in terms of this memory that we are taking you back to, please come through on our comment section by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, right? And we also, of course, man, have a lot that we have for you in terms of the days that we are celebrating.
Yes, man, we have a lot. I just want to say that one thing I've noticed, that since this month started, we have been actually talking about a lot of achievements that Taylor Swift had.
Yeah.
And it made me notice that Taylor Swift, October is her month, man. Yeah. There's a lot of things that she achieved in October and in different years. So shout out to her.
Yeah.
And today we'll be celebrating National Nut Day. So if you're a fan of almonds or a fan of cashew nuts, then honey, this one is made for you. National Nut Day, observed on October 22nd, celebrates the health benefits and global impact of nuts like almonds, peanuts, and cashews. Originally launched by Librarian Foods to promote fair trade and ethical sourcing, the day also highlights how nuts support heart health, brain function, and sustainable farming practices. Until you come to South Africa,
no, yeah. I think this day is very important, man. You know, National Nut Day, right? Nuts are very important, you know, and I think I've also learned that there are nuts that are very good for the brain, and yeah. And there are a lot of different nuts out. there are different nuts out there that human can have, and benefits, man, of nuts. They are so huge, right? Speaking of health, I have some of the few of the health benefits that
of
you can
nuts.
have by just eating nuts. So one of the benefits is the heart health. Regular consumption of nuts has been linked to lower cholesterol levels, particularly reducing the bad cholesterol while increasing the HDL, which is the cholesterol, the good cholesterol. This can signify lower risk of heart disease, right? And then another thing that the health benefits of the nuts is brain health, as I've mentioned, and also the skin health. So with brain, certain nuts, particularly walnuts, are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which are beneficial for brain health and may help reduce the risk of cognitive decline. So we know that right now our kids are writing matriculants, and I know that they will be using so much of their brain activity. So if you're listening right now and you know that kids are writing, please guys, buy them nuts, because nuts are good for your brain, right? Certain nuts, so walnuts, it's in the peanuts, yes, there is benefits of eating peanuts, but there's salt in there and things like that, right? And then skin health, the antioxidants and healthy fats in nuts can contribute to the healthier skin by protecting against the oxidative stress and promoting hydration. So this day is for nuts, guys, and go nuts on it. You understand? So yeah, man, with those different kinds of nuts, go out there, make your research about the benefits of nuts, and let's celebrate it by consuming and eating nuts.
Can I just say, I hope that South African black parents are watching and will stop saying females must not eat nuts, and that nuts are only made for males, because this is one thing that we grew up upon, but thanks to my grandmother, that never happened.
Yeah.
I grew up eating like a whole lot of peanuts, to such a point that whenever me and her go shopping, we will not go a day shopping together without not getting our nuts.
Yeah.
So please, man, so let's just stop this whole gender and don't do when it comes to peanuts, because you see that the benefits are both needed for male and female people and females, right?
Yeah.
So for the fact of a person living much more longer and not having a heart disease, let them eat some nuts. For a person to be able to think faster and think on their feet, let them eat nuts, man.
Maybe there is a benefit. I mean, typically, women outlive men. So, if mhlambe ufuna silingane, then you guys can have nuts, nifane nuts, and then we'll. So I'm emhlabeni run about the same time,
But then the sad part is that some females didn't even grow up eating so many nuts, and they still outlived male. And some grew up eating.
That's what I'm saying. If ufuna ukuphila isikhathi eside, don't eat nuts. Because when you eat nuts, just like men, because men eat nuts, and the next thing, it's usually the men that go first.
Yeah.
Okay,
I get out. Women outlive, because my grandma. Your grandma still alive, so yabo.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of grandmothers.
So don't if you want to live longer, don't eat nuts.
But I have to. My grandmother's 74 and she's been eating nuts, so that means that I can, hey?
Oh no, I'm only joking.
I can, hey?
I'm only joking.
Thank you, my coco.
No, but I was just saying there's a reason why
There is a reason, man. I mean, they will
but
never
unfortunately,
say
the problem is that the reason is not even scientifically proven.
It is. I just gave you one. Men outlive women.
Sorry?
Women outlive men.
Oh.
Because men eat nuts a lot. So, yeah.
Anyway, you know what?
I kid. I'm only joking.
Yeah, there's so many metaphors for nuts.
Yeah, it's a lot. And then today we're also celebrating International Stuttering Awareness Day. So this is for everybody who's grown up, especially for the kids who are currently maybe also going through the whole situation and they've been made fun of. This is a day that is specially dedicated to people and children who are basically suffer from stuttering, I hope you know that you're recognized and you are celebrated for being uniquely you and being just the way you are. So International Stuttering Awareness Day is observed every year on the 22nd of October to promote understanding, acceptance and support for people who stutter. First launched in 1998 by global organizations like International Fluency Association and International Stuttering Association. The day aims to challenge stigma, educate the public, and celebrate achievements of those who stutter across fields like science, politics, and the arts. Events, workshops, and campaigns worldwide help raise awareness about the speech disorder, which affects roughly 1% of the global population. So, to everybody that is currently having a stuttering situation, and to some of my friends and family that I know who stutter, just know that this day is specially made for you. Celebrate who you are bravely and embrace being uniquely you.
Yeah, and I mean, especially in the black communities, a lot of people, they're not
the stigma.
taught, about the stuttering in terms of what causes stuttering. Because I know some parents out there, they're asking themselves, why are you talking like this? What's going on? Because there's literally parents out there who have stuttering kids, and kids are struggling to say things like, hey, boo away now, they, cause chaos. But with us right here, man, I just want to go through some of the things that causes, stuttering. So the key causes of stuttering. Maybe if you are stuttering and you're asking yourself, I don't know what causes this, and I have been seeking answers, right? So the key causes of stuttering, of course, the first one is the genetic factors. Stuttering often runs in families, suggesting a genetic component. Research has identified specific genes that may be associated with stuttering, indicating that hereditary factors play a significant role in its development. It means it can be passed on. Right? If maybe you had your uncle, your grandfather, your grandmother was stuttering, you are bound to stutter. But it chooses, one in the family, right? And the second one is the neurodevelopmental factors, which developmental stuttering typically occurs in young children as they learn to speak. It is believed to arise from differences in brain structure and function, particularly in areas responsible for speech production and coordination. And neuroimaging studies have shown that individuals who stutter may have altered connectivity in brain regions involved in speech. So there are a lot of key factors, that causes. And if you didn't know, there are types of stuttering, right? The first one is the developmental stuttering, which is this one is the most common form, typically beginning in childhood. As language skills develop, most children outgrow it, but some may continue to stutter in adulthood. And then persistent stuttering is a stuttering that continues into adulthood, often required speech therapy for management. And the last one is the acquired stuttering. This type occurs due to a brain injury or a neurological condition and can affect individuals of any age. Understanding the cause of stuttering can help in developing effective treatment strategies, including speech therapy and support for those affected. Early intervention is crucial, especially for children, to improve outcome and reduce the likelihood of persistent stuttering into their adulthood. But if you have the means of taking your kid to speech therapy, please do so, because most of them have came back with positive results, and they have been taught that whenever you speak, you must pause, you must breathe, because you understand that whatever that you want to say, what your brain is generating, you just want to say everything all at once, but you must relax and take it, breathe, and then you will become okay, man. But yeah, I do have an uncle who stutter, and I had some friends, who stutter, and some of them, man, they were comfortable and they understood why they are stuttering. So I think this day, man, helps a lot of people out there. So it's a very good one, and I think we need to be looking into this, a lot more. Not only, monthly, but it should be something that's happening, man. Yeah, each and every month. So very interesting, man, that these awareness are there and people are starting to see what is going on. And I think we do have some inventions.
No, I actually don't see them on my side, hey?
Yeah, so right here with me, man, we have what we call the AI health monitors. So those are the inventions. That's the invention that we have. So obviously, if it is the AI health monitor, yes, it might be something that was, looked into, maybe this year or last year. So the AI health monitors in 2025 have revolutionized personal health care by offering real-time predictive insight into well-being. These wearable devices, often embedded in smartwatches, rings, or patches, use advanced algorithms to track heart rate, blood pressure, and glucose levels, sleep patterns, or even emotional states. What sets them apart is their ability to detect anomalies before symptoms appear, alerting users and healthcare providers to potential issues like arrhythmias, early stage diabetes, or stress overload. Some models integrate with telemedicine platforms, enabling instant consultation and personalized treatment plans. This fusion of AI is biosensing, empowers individuals to take a proactive control over their health like never before. We have seen these watches, man. Your Apple smartwatch, your Samsung smartwatches, like they help people, just to track, their heart rate, blood pressure, and things like that. So in today's day, we're just looking into these AI health monitors, and I hope that on Tech Thursday we can just get deep into, some of these monitors that are out there who are helping people to track their health, right? So for today, that is what we are looking into. And I know that some of you do have those watches that track your steps and things like that. Whenever you go and tell you that today you have burnt 20 calories, walked 10,000 steps, 200 steps. Yeah, those are the things that you need, man, just to track your health record in terms of how you are doing right now yourself.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of these smartwatches, of late, past couple of years, the likes of Samsung and Apple have introduced things like fall detection, crash detection. So if you're wearing your smartwatch and you happen to fall, and you connected your smartwatch to give alerts to someone else. So say for example, you give it to your parent. So whenever their blood or their heart rate spikes, it sends you a message. If it detects that they fell, it sends an SOS signal to whomever it was configured to. Also, in the event of an accident, if it detects that there's a crash accident, it automatically gets the location and then sends through a notification, SOS. And then a lot of people's lives have been saved because of that. So someone suffers a stroke, the blood or the heart rate spikes up immediately. It sends through an SOS. Paramedics are on the scene and they come and assist the person. But if it were without these aids or these tools, then it would have been a different situation. I mean, I'm yet to hear about a story in SA where it came to the aid of a certain individual. But as it stands right now, if you were to buy a smartwatch for your dad or for your mom, you are in a position to get notified if anything that goes up or down that shouldn't be, that basically is an anomaly. So you get a notification that, hey man, Lana, your blood pressure is high. Are you okay? So even if you don't stay with your parents, you can use these tools to allow you to track and monitor even the health of other individuals other than yourself as well. So it's good technology.
It is, man, because right now on my mind, it takes me to just by not only detecting health but other things like lying, man. Because
so you're hoping that it ends up having like a built-in lie detector.
Yeah, guys, like I think we need to be detected when we lie or when somebody's lying to you.
But the problem is that some people are natural born, sorry to say this, But some people are natural born psychopaths or sociopaths that can literally cheat a lie detector test and lie with a straight face and still pass, even though they're lying. So that's also one thing that you also need to figure out is the fact that.
But that's some people, and for you to beat this, you have to be trained. But for the mass majority, or mhlale pule down the road, where were you last night?
Yes.
She's not trained to beat that.
She's not. So if she lies, the detector goes off. Dude, you lying. Like, I have records of you. I mean, I can even store records of you lying. Hore Joe, on the 22nd of August in 2012, this thing showed me that you were lying, and you keep on lying. What is wrong? I mean, there are a lot of things that we can track, and I feel like if these, if the technology can go to an extent of, detecting our health, let us also detect our emotional states. Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you angry?
Almost like those mood rings. Remember that once upon a time there used to be mood rings that actually change according to your mood. If you're like happy, you change to a certain color. If you're sad, it changes to a certain color. If you're feeling like this, it changes to a certain color. I think those are also like a pretty good invention. I don't know if they're still around. Somebody please get me one.
So where were they? Like how? What are they?
They're called mood rings.
But what are they? Like, is it a ring that you wear?
Yeah, it's a ring that you wear. So you wear the ring on your finger, and then the color changes according to your mood. So anybody who knows how a mood ring works would normally just see what your color, red, would say, but the person would just tell that I'm okay, but it kind of senses. So it almost works similar to like your AI version of the watches that you have. But then for some weird reason, they stopped being made. I think maybe they ended up making counterfeit versions of the mood rings or something like that. But otherwise, there was a mood ring that literally changed color according to each and every single mood that you were in.
Yeah, because Nico Willoughby had one of those rings, but his was a temperature ring. Okay. So when it was in the sun, it would change colors.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like for temperature of the atmospheric temperature or like body temperature?
I think possibly both. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice, man. And now, like, it makes me think, man, just to come up with a conversation to say, okay, if you wanted, any invention that detected something, what would it be, man? Because honestly, for me, emotions are the ones that, plays the most part. To say, okay, maybe I can go to my phone to check that. And then Lorna, how is she doing? Okay, it's a no-go area for today. It's like, okay, you are happy. Let me add on to your happiness. Because honestly, as human beings, we can't well, there are other human beings who can detect like with a naked eye to say, well, you don't look good. But other people, your facial expression, you show you are angry, but you are happy at the same time. So those kind of things.
But sometimes with how we're feeling and emotions, it could also signal the opposite, because as much as you might detect that I'm angry or sad, but I've sort of learned how to work with my emotions. And because maybe at that moment in time we're in the workplace, it doesn't mean you can't approach me. It just says, yes, I'm angry about something. But when it comes to what we are working on, I'm sharp. Yes.
Yeah, man.
I am angry, but with
anger management.
But with you, grand. Maybe someone did something or someone finished the noodles and I'm angry. But here, grand.
Okay, you don't bring your anger at work.
Sure. But I am feeling it though.
Yeah,
man, but I think it'll be very beneficial to actually have those mood rings back, because I remember that as we were discussing, I remember that there's this medical condition where some people can't literally express they can't make facial expressions. So whether they're happy or sad, you can't tell. Their face is just their face, and just like that. Even smiling, it's a problem. They can't smile. So basically, it's a bit hard for them, because I remember that on the man, the if you guys know The Men, they also made an episode about it where basically it's a teenager. She was going through high school and she found it very hard to go to school because she couldn't express any facial expression. Like even when she was sad, like she couldn't show any emotion that she was sad. So it made her feel it made her look like she's somebody who doesn't actually have any empathy or sympathy in the world.
Yeah.
So basically also having an app like that or an accessory like that will be able to help people with such medical conditions.
Yeah. And for me, I think I'm so optimistic, man, about the future of technology and the future of AI. Because if we are starting to detect things, guys, trust me, I am looking forward whereby even, maybe a device, is being invented that can detect like evil spirits. Wherever you go, you can detect when our lawyer. Like I can see my friend, my ring is purple, and whenever it turns purple, it means there's a witch around me. So I'm hoping that we can get there, guys. Like we need to detect baloi, man, because baloi right now they are wearing good clothes. We can't even know who's.
And they smile with you. That's the sad part, because you can't see them. Yes.
Detector, guys.
No,
we need a
sorry,
witch
man.
detector.
Sorry to burst your bubble, because the Bible talks about ubuloi of the heart. Because I understand the ones that
use juju magic
and they fly around or whatever,
get to aviation,
or use external tools like imiti and stuff. But there's also that form of witchcraft which is in the heart. So I wonder if you can detect that one.
You want to detect that one?
Oh, because the other one is like outside.
Because I feel like things like for me, I would associate things like about envy and jealousy as witchcraft, man. Like by being jealous, like that's you just you are possessing that evil spirit. Work on yourself, right? You're envious of other people's lives. You're envious of what they have. Like that's other form of witchcraft. So if you can detect that, to say, why are you jealous of me though? Like, why are you jealous?
jealous.
You even want my things. I mean, there's so many ways, man, that other people know how to detect.
But before
jealousy.
we move on, right? So I've been watching The Sandman.
Yeah.
And there's one episode where this one guy, old, like he's in a mental institution, and he's been lied to his whole life.
Wow.
He's been lied to his whole life. And he's just lied to all the time. So then he manages to find this emerald where he breaks out, and then he's now on a quest to let the world be an honest place. And what happens, because now this emerald has the power to influence people's emotions and actions. So he goes into this bar and he wants people to become honest. Because then all he knows is he's been lied to. So long story short, everyone is honest.
Yeah.
To such an extent, Yoguti, Afriberry wants to kill you, but then because how we live now, we're not that honest. We're like, nah, it's fine. I'll just keep it within. But this emerald makes people do what they want to do. Like they're honest. They say things. This one couple, the lady sees this guy, and the emerald causes her to be honest. I want that guy now. So it causes chaos by being too honest.
So basically reveals people's deepest, darkest secrets. Things
which leads to destruction.
It has to have a dose of lies.
I wouldn't say it's lies. I think in this case it's like if I were to see, let's say, a woman that I like or whatnot, it's like, okay, I acknowledge, but I am not going to act on it.
Yeah.
Because it was a case of Yeah, but you want this, so do it. Go ahead and do it. So who's kuza?
Yes.
Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's a matter of sometimes maybe if you love something, it doesn't mean you want it or like
you pursue
you're
it.
loving it from a distance.
Sure.
Because the more you get closer, like, no, man.
Because this guy wanted a burger, ne? And the wife is like, no. Remember, we are looking after your cholesterol levels.
Yeah.
So no burger for you. But the guy wanted the burger. Like, he wants the burger. So obviously it's a question of, do you want instant gratification? Or would you rather delay it? So the guy ends up getting the burger. Next thing, you know, but you're being honest. I want the burger. Is it good for you? Maybe not. But sometimes by just being, I wouldn't say being too honest or being honest, because sometimes maybe the difference here is that being honest, yes, is a good thing, but pursuing all things that come in terms of desire, that's where the problem is.
House desire. What is desire? Is it a want or a need, man? But yeah, man, it shows that like through the power of AI and in the world that we live in, it's very technologically advanced and it keeps on growing and more innovations are happening out there. We just pray and hope that there'll be much more better inventions that will actually be able to help a lot of people who are not able to assist themselves within certain structures of their life, man.
Yeah, so talk to us right there by coming in on our comment section in terms of the invention that you would like to see happening, because I think right now maybe South Africans are looking forward to maybe putting our minister, president in the lie detector, while they're at the ad hoc committee.
Amen.
When you ask question, when you lie, come on, man, you're going to jail. As simple as that.
Oh, that one would come in very handy.
Yeah.
And would see a whole lot of people from very high top places literally end up in prison. And for me, I think that'll be the most sweetest package ever we could ever receive as a nation.
Exactly. So talk to us right there. What is that one thing or one invention that you would like to see happening? To say, you know what, I would like an invention that would, tell me who's my soulmate, detect, or this one is my soulmate. Detect, maybe if your child is somewhere, is in danger, you can get a quick alert to say, your child is, nervous, he's fearing something, or she is fearing something out there, and then you can quickly detect. So talk to us right there by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. 15 minutes past 9, it is the time, and man, each and every day, at any day, there is someone out there that is preparing to celebrate their birthday. Still in the morning, preparation are going on, and what is going to take place is, of course, man, highlighting and looking forward to the day. So in terms of today's birthdays, celebrities that me and you know, or maybe some of you will learn about today, they are as follows. So today we have Jesse Tyler Ferguson, right, on this day. So he was born in 1975, 22nd of October, and just by seeing the picture in your image, you might recognize him from Modern Family.
Oh, Mitchell.
Yeah, right. And then today he is turning 50 years old. 50 years old, right? As mentioned, that I know him from Modern Family, one of the programs that used to play right there in ETV. So you're asking yourself, man, what is it that is so special about him, and how did he actually rise to fame? Because there are so many interesting stories about these celebrities rising to fame. I know that wherever you are, you are a celebrity of doing something. You rose to fame because you were stealing, or you rose to fame because you were doing things. We don't want to mention those things, but wherever you are, you are famous for something. So Jesse Ferguson played Michelle on Modern Family, voiced in Ice Age, starred in The Class, right? So in terms of his fame, of course, as I've mentioned, that we and I know him on Modern Family. So that was his rise to fame. So interesting, man. And in terms of him being in a relationship, is he married to someone? Is he dating someone? And yes, he is, because he is married to Jesse Tyler Ferguson. What am I doing here? But yeah, apologies with that. It's written Jesse Tyler Ferguson, but we will get the actual person that he is married to. So interesting fact about him is that he won a Tony Award in 2022 for his role in the Broadway play Take Me Out, right? Take Me Out. So he is growing up today, and yes, of course, man, happy birthday to him. And then, of course, coming back home just to hit it on the ground, on the fields. And I know that most people who were watching soccer in the 90s and in the 80s, they know him as Utsiki Tsiki, right? And today we are celebrating Thabo Moki's birthday. Right, and today he is turning 51 years, and he was born in 1974 in the 22nd of October, which is today. And then he rose to fame, of course, as a Kaizer Chiefs loyal, skillful midfielder nicknamed Tsiki Tsiki Yo. And then yes, Thabo is married, and of course, man, he spent his entire professional career 15 years with the Kaizer Chiefs, a rare feat in modern football, and that is true. Right now, we cannot, pinpoint one player that has played more than 10 years in a team. Most of them, they spend one season, 1 year, 2 years in a club, then it's done. So when you talk about loyal players and people that we always need to celebrate, Thabo Moki, right? And then the last one that we have right here is Corey Hawkins. Corey Hawkins, born on this day in 1988 and turning 37 years old. Corey Hawkins rose to fame through his breakout role as Dr. Dre in Straight Outta Compton in 2015. If you know the movie, you would know him, right? Followed by key performances in The Walking Dead and Broadway hits. And he is not publicly married out there. And then Corey Hawkins graduated from Juilliard, one of the most prestigious performing arts schools in the world. So he is growing up today, and happy birthday to him. But with that being said, man, if you happen to know anyone who is growing up today and you would like to give them a shout out, please come through right there on our comment section and say, hey guys, I know this person, they are my friend, and I would like them to wish them a happy birthday. But with that being said, to anyone who's growing up today, we would like to say, okay, this thing is playing right here, but happy birthday. Hope that you guys you are going to enjoy your day, guys. If somebody's growing up, go to their party, man. Buy them presents, buy them gifts. What is going on in our modern times whereby people are not buying gifts anymore?
I don't.
A gift is a long message on WhatsApp.
I don't buy gifts.
Why you don't buy gifts?
I stopped buying gifts because the people that I bought gifts for never actually got me anything on my birthday. So for me, it didn't make any sense. Why should I spend my money spoiling you when you can't do the same?
I mean, have you bought them gifts?
I have. I don't even buy my grandmother gifts anymore. She knows me, girl.
Why?
Like even at home, they know the only people that I buy gifts are the kids. Everybody at that house, they know I won't buy them gifts. They'll gift gifts randomly,
friends,
but not for a birthday gift. Like
friends,
there's probably only one friend that I buy a birthday gift for.
Okay, so you do. Okay.
Yeah, but otherwise, in terms of other people, I don't. And this person, it's not because she buys me a gift on my birthday, but we literally gift each other like anytime in J. When we feel the need, we just do it.
I mean, I don't buy everyone a gift, but I do buy gifts. So, but even if it's just one person, so you do buy gifts.
Yeah, doesn't mean when anyone is growing up, you have to buy a gift for them. I mean,
but when you specify and say birthday presents, then no. But otherwise, gifts in general, yes, there are some people that I do buy gifts.
I mean a birthday gift.
No
gift. You don't buy at all.
At all.
At all.
I only
at all.
buy myself a gift.
Wait.
Interesting.
The reason sometimes I don't buy a gift is because at that moment I do not have the funds to do so.
I got
So-
bank but I won't buy you a gift.
Yeah, but okay, because ukbankane means that, like, when you say you can, doesn't mean that you will or you do have the funds. What I'm saying is, tomorrow it's my birthday, and you've got the money. You would prefer not to spend.
Nah. I ain't got regular pretzels, fell.
And you know, speaking of gifts, man, I think I remember I had the conversation, you know, with someone speaking about gifts in terms of, because I've had the say in Sizulu ukuthi isphiwo asphiwa. Understand? Yeah, like asdluliswa. You know, so for me, I'm like, if it happens to say okay, because I mean, I know that a lot of factors were brought into the conversation, but I was like, okay, if maybe someone bought me something that I don't like, or something that I feel like, okay, it suits the next person, I can simply gift that person the gift. And then people are saying, no,
it doesn't show when you do that. It shows
understand.
it doesn't show like appreciation or gratitude, because remember that when somebody buys you a gift, whether it's something small or big, ugly or beautiful, it's the fact that they took the time and the thought to think about buying you that gift. So hence barisifi asifitisi, because for you or for them it shows like you're not showing appreciation or gratitude, or you're not valuing the fact that I took time, or sometimes I took time and money to go get you that gift. So sometimes rather than ufitise, it's again scampansa lula mosa komokana get dust more.
If someone buys you a gift, how do you show gratitude to them?
Normally I just say thank you very much, but also keeping it and accept. When you accept it, you accept the fact that you're gonna keep it, you're gonna cherish it.
No, but that's why there is you know, that level of entitlement that needs to be chopped off. To say you've bought me a gift, immediately when you say thank you, then whatever I do with the gift, it's up to me. You've done your part. Thank you so much. I'll never forget you for that. You've played your part. You've done your research. Yes, I appreciate that so much. But now, I feel like if somebody is in need of that thing, then I have to act upon myself to say, you know what? They have bought me a gift. And now, I'm going to pass on the gift to someone else because they need that. For example, I'm wearing maybe size... Okay, I'm wearing size 8, right? And then you take your time, you do your research about the kind of sneakers that I wear, and then you bring the right size to me, and I'm like, okay, thank you so much. But now I have a friend who doesn't have shoes at all. At all, they don't have shoes, and I have been gifted this. Is it wrong for me to take the same gift that the person has taken some thought to arrange and buy me that gift and give it to someone else?
You know, I think in that aspect, it shouldn't be a wrong thing.
Yeah.
But I think the whole reason, maybe the whole analogy or the whole idiom is because some people, instead of giving it to somebody who was in dire need of whatever you were gifted at that time, but because they just didn't like it.
Yeah.
So I think that's where the whole part of like whatever present you get, I think because abantu uzomnikisa umuntu akhona angasithandi baqeda wena uvela undlulise kuyafuthi awundlulise awusandlulisela ukuthi wena ubona ngathi lo muntu lo usidinga ukundlula wena so undlulisa ngoba wena uyithandi lento umuntu akuthengele yona wena bothi ufuna isicathulo sanda yabona mo iMX umuntu akuzela ne New Balance. Because just to make an example.
Yeah.
But I think it's also because some people literally did not pass on the gifts that they were given because they saw somebody in dire need of that. It's because they did not need them.
Yeah.
Sometimes people, when they give you certain things, sometimes it's not because they saw that you were in need, but it's because they felt like it was not up their alley to what they want or what their character is currently into at that moment.
Yeah.
So, but otherwise, I think it should be fair and should actually make sense if I'm giving the gift to somebody who actually needs it. Not because I don't appreciate or I'm not grateful, but it's because there's somebody who could use it in a much more better way than I could. So in that way, I think it's far more better, hey?
Yeah. And I think it also goes back, to your conversation that we were just having right now, whereby we like being honest too much, something can cause destruction. And I know that most of us, we don't even know what our friends or the people that we know have done with the gifts that we have given them. Yes, it's pure as pure. When you are arguing out there, no, guys, you cannot gift another person, the gift that we've been given. But only to find out that the people that you have gifted, all of them, they have given your gift to someone else. For me, I'm like, okay, guys, I think we need to change the narrative out here in terms of, okay, it's pure, sing a pure, but like, in what do you call this, man? I mean, like, okay, we're just looking at the standard of everything that we're trying to do right now. Or, okay, in what context are you trying to come in to say, okay, even if I'm seeing somebody who is struggling out there and then you have gifted me this, are you telling me that I'm not supposed to give it to them? Let them suffer. With the say yoguti is pure as dluliswa.
Maybe it's the attachment.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people that give someone something and then they still hang on to that thing.
Yes.
Right? Of which I don't have an answer for that, but usually when you give something someone, you can detach from it. I think there are some gifts that are sentimental in a sense where when you give someone something that, man, like, I want you to benefit from this.
Yeah.
Right? Where I remember there was a time where I'm like to my girlfriend, look, here's some money, go buy yourself something nice, man. Like, you haven't been spoiling yourself. And then, let's say she takes the money and buys, let's say, groceries or whatever it is. It's a case of, but I wanted this for you.
Buy yourself something, because groceries, they're not for you.
Entirely.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I know it's a bad example, but essentially, you give something you give something to someone that you also think it will be sentimental. I don't know, in that case you probably have to have a discussion, because say for example I gift someone with a phone because we are eating, next thing they're like, no, I gave it to someone. It's like, okay, I think maybe if you came and spoke to me about it.
Exactly.
So some gifts, just leave them, but there are some gifts that are sentimental. That's how I see it.
Yeah, because it's something that we're just speaking about right here. To say, I think sometimes whenever you're gifting somebody, there's a level of sense of entitlement that you need to let go, right? Immediately when you gift off somebody, just whenever they say thank you so much, and that's when you're like, okay, thank you so much, you don't have the entitlement anymore. So that is what we are talking about right here. So if you have anything to share, man, with us, you can just hop on the comment section and let us know what you think, man. Uguti is piwo siyadluliswa, or you can pass on a gift to someone else, right? We know that some people, yes, they will feel bad if you don't talk to them. But no, man, you have gifted me something and then I see somebody wearing the same t-shirt that I have bought you. Like, what are you doing, my friend? What are you doing? So these are some of the things that we are highlighting. These are some of the things that we're talking about as we were just, looking into our birthday celebrations, right? The celebrities who are growing up out there. And if you happen to know somebody who is growing up, just shout out their name on the comment section. And of course, man, are you somebody who love buying gifts, or are you somebody who love receiving gifts from other people when it's your birthday? I know when it's not your birthday, when it's your friend's birthday, you switch off your phone. But when it's your birthday, your phone is on, always trying and waiting for something else from your friends. But when now you're not somebody that gifts other people.
It's true, because some people, when it's their birthday, they let the world know.
Yeah.
And people have to come through for them.
It's my birthday.
But then, do you come through for others?
Yes. But it's the same thing. Birthday yabanye, ucimi phone. You are nowhere to be found. Even a lousy message just to let the next person know that you know what, it's your birthday, man. Maybe let's go out for lunch. Let's do something nice for you, right? But we see that other people don't love giving out gifts because they have never been gifted, Bona, right? So those are some of the things that yes, we go through as friends and as humans in general, right? With that being said, man, we are going to take a short break because Mr. Osvaldo is right here in studio, and everything we're going to be talking about right here is the emotional awareness. As we know that this month is the emotional mental health, sorry, not the emotional awareness. But yeah, we're going to be talking about the mental health awareness that is being raised, of course, in our country this month specifically. Yes, it is the mental health awareness. So there's so many ways to navigate your mental health through situations. So we want to know some of the ways that we can use to navigate through the mental health situation that we get ourselves in. So right now, let us take a short break, and then when we come back, we will be getting in conversation with him. So please don't go anywhere.
Emotional trauma with a prima donna, gasping when she see the commas, laughing to conceal the monsters. I feel like Kanye when he lost his Donda. When my father left me, you were there to heal the pain that conquered. I never pay you back for what that meant to me. Some scars just fade physically, but never leave mentally. It's where people spiritually connected turn to enemies, and memories turn to villain origin accessories. And I'm the bad guy yet again. Spent so much time trying to find who the victim is. It's probably both of us, but neither one is giving in. So here we go again, throwing punches at each other's ribs. Gunshots sting like a buckshot. The pain hits deep, it's like my heart becomes a blood clot. Love dots, you're unblocked. Just to get this message, hope you get it on your bus stop. And then the bus crash, your true intentions unmasked. It should have been a fairy tale ending, but you uncast. I know it hurts bad, but you know you deserve that. We'll never have the life we once had. Hey. Emotional trauma with a prima donna. Hey. Yeah. Emotional trauma with you. I got my problems with you, but I can never get away. I wish my brain had a hard drive that I could reset. Wish I made the right decisions, but it's hard to reject. Moving on, but you got me on both sides of the fence. Left your mark forever, that's without a scar on the flesh. Wish that I was sick and didn't hit the bar when we met, and spent my money time with you just to be in this debt. See you happy somewhere else while I've been filled with regret. Try to find someone to blame, but it's just cause and effect. Hey. I thought that was the truth, cause nothing lasts forever, that's except for me and you. Young and unaware of all the shit that we would do. Try to make it out alive, but didn't make it through. Your parents probably hate me, but my mom still always asks if we're getting back together, even though it ended bad. Forward thinking, haunted by the habits of my past. Precious moments with you, girl, you even met my dad. And any girl after you won't ever have the pleasure. So I guess it's part of why it's hard for me to ease the pressure. So many years, so many times I can't remember. Fear I'll lose them all forever. Hey, yeah. Emotional trauma with a prima donna. Yeah. Emotional trauma with you. I got my problems with you, but I can never get away. I can never get away. So I can never get away.
Whenever you're down, out in the cold.
Whenever you down, out in the cold, good music, good vibes is what we bring you, man. Wednesday, we are getting rid of that midweek slump with good music, with good vibes, good conversations that always go on right here. It is your energetic start to your day, accompanied by a daily dose of positivity. So wherever you are, I hope that you are with us, you are staying tuned, you are not even switching that dial. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show is the hashtag that you needed to use, and connecting with us throughout our social media platforms, not forgetting that we are Vooka Breakfast Show, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Right now we are live on YouTube. You can press the notification button so that whenever we are live, you will be notified, and not only notified about things in general, but important things. Remember when we started the month, we were highlighting that this month, every day we're going to be looking into the mental health awareness, some of the issues that we face in our communities, in our lives. How do we deal and how do we handle the stress that comes with your mental health issues, right? So the DiMartini Method Facilitator is right here in the building, and I can't wait to connect with him and can't wait to get into the conversation about today's day, man, because a lot of people are going through mental health issues and they don't have ways of addressing them. They don't have ways of dealing with their mental issues. But before we do that, let's do a quick mental health check-in. How are you doing, my good sir?
I am good. Thank you so much. It's so good to see you. And
Yeah.
Once again, I'm really, really grateful to be here.
Yeah.
To be amongst everyone in this room. And
Yeah.
it's such an honor and a privilege to be here and spend some time with you
Exactly.
guys.
And it's always an honor, man, to have you because, you are like our doctor right here. You are our therapist. You are somebody that we talk to. You are somebody that, comes with different ways, that we can look deep into ourselves. I remember, when we were going through that emotional tone scale, man, you got to understand how other people navigate and handle their emotions. And it's very interesting that there's so many ways that you can do it, depending on the environment and the people that you surround yourself with, right? But today, of course, we are tackling something that affects a lot of people, a lot of citizens, not only in South Africa, but across the world, which is mental health. I know even today somebody's asking themselves, guys, what is mental health? And it's something that includes, our emotions, our thinking, our thoughts, and it also can affect how we do things from day to day. Because someone out there, their thinking is affected because of the things that they have came across, right? But before we get deep, I just want to know that what are some of the, situation or cases you have recently found out about being in the space, and looking into mental health? Is there something new that is occurring, just like maybe a disease? I mean, with COVID, we had different variants. With mental health, is it the same thing that we are also having different variants of mental health?
Yeah, certainly we can have different labels that come to it over time. That we can label it just like, as you said, like COVID-19.
Yeah.
What is COVID-19? It was a variant of a new disease. So we labeled it that. There are a number of ways where we can label it. There's always someone with something new. I mean, if you look at the history of mental health, before we had bipolar, we had schizophrenia. So bipolar stems from schizophrenia. So whenever these new discoveries are always made, it always has a root cause towards it. So when it comes to mental health, I believe that there's always a sort of like a foundation that comes to it. I mean, before we had psychology, we had philosophy, and philosophy was the study of what makes a human being. Why do we think the way that we think? So the philosophers were looking at that, studying reality, what makes up reality, why do we think the way that we think? Then from a branch of philosophy came then psychology, where then psychology said, okay, then let's study the psychological thinking of human beings. So Yeah, so in mental health, you will find that there's new labels to it.
Yeah.
But I believe that the further back we go, the further we understand the foundation of it, then we're able to tackle it in a very scientific way.
Yeah. Very interesting, because I think with any health issues, that we come across out there, whether is your health issues that involves your body, your mental, and then we get to what we call trauma.
Yes.
Right? You experience trauma as somebody. And most of the time, people will tell you that, no, please don't do this because you are triggering some of the traumatic experiences that I have.
Yes.
Right? And I think now it's getting to a point whereby people are shying away, to talk about the traumatic experiences that they had, because even the triggers, they can't even deal with them. So for someone out there, because in townships there are a lot of things that are happening, and when they happen, people, they don't have anyone to talk to. And we know that you also infuse and use the DiMartini method to tackle some of these things, right? So talk to us in terms of healing trauma in the townships and in the communities with the DiMartini method. Like, how does it help people to deal with their emotional pain or the trauma that they have?
Okay, so let's first then define what the DiMartini method is.
Yeah.
So what the DiMartini method is a methodology that has over 1,000 uses.
Yeah.
So what this method does is ask a series of questions. And within asking this series of questions, what we're then doing is we are making the unconscious conscious. And in the process, what then happens is we uncover the hidden order to the perception of chaos. So if we relate this to trauma, what will happen with the trauma and the DiMartini method, where it comes in, is when someone is perceiving trauma, what they're doing is they're perceiving a disorder. So in other words, in that disorder, there's an unconscious order that's going on.
Yeah.
So within asking the series of questions, what we're doing is we're bringing the unconscious conscious and figuring out what was the hidden order or the hidden blessing within that chaos that the person is perceiving.
Yeah.
So with the method, what we find, or what I found in using the method, is that because we've got two sides to our brains, we've got a supporting and challenging side where we perceive different things.
Yeah.
Whenever we perceive that something is supporting us, we open up to it and we want to seek it. And whenever we perceive that something is challenging us, then we seek to avoid it and we don't want to repeat it. When we link this up again with the value determination process, again, which is one of the DiMartini methods that we use, is we find that because as human beings, we have a hierarchy of value structures.
Yeah.
And within our value structures, anytime we perceive that something is not supporting our values, we tend to close up. And anytime we perceive that something is challenging, whenever something supports our values, we open up. Anytime we perceive that something challenges our values, we close down to it. Where the perception of trauma comes, now again, we're not saying that your trauma is invalid. Nor is are we saying that, just because you went through something that it's invalid. It's valid because you went through it. What we're just trying to do, we're just trying to educate around trauma. And what we're saying that with trauma, there's a perceptual experience with it. In other words, you can experience trauma through a perception outside of the event itself. So if you've ever experienced trauma or you label something as trauma, what you're then doing is you're perceiving that you received more bad than good in your perception.
Yeah.
And anytime there's an imbalance to anything, a label comes about. And what we do with the DiMartini method is to go beyond that label and bring integration to that, so that then the label dissolves. So in other words, we're changing the perception of trauma itself. And once that then changes, I think you spoke earlier when you said that when we speak of mental health, we're looking at our physical bodies, we're looking at how we're interacting in the community. And once that then changes, your body then changes because your perception itself affects your body. So there's a mind and body connection that goes on.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it lies deep in perception.
Yes.
What you perceive, what is trauma in you, is what you need to change. So the method helps with that, because we have seen, a series of whereby a lot of people, when it comes to trauma, they struggle with maybe coming up or thinking of something good that happens. Basically, what trauma does, it suppresses the good that you have, maybe collected along the way. That one serious moment of, trauma that you would label as trauma, it now discards these ones that can help you to become a better version of yourself. I mean, it's very complex, by just understanding the virtue of it, because with the value determination process also, coming into play, because when you kind of value some of the series and moments that you go through, they put you into this whirlpool of thoughts, and then for you, it's like, just because I saw somebody going through that, I will say I'm going through the same thing with them, and then now I label that as trauma.
Yes.
And then we say we are all traumatized, basically here.
Yes, but what you're doing is you're essentially reflecting yourself through that.
Yeah.
So, because what then happens is we've got something that. So, when we study philosophy, right? You study great thinkers in philosophy.
Yeah.
One of them that comes up is Arthur Schopenhauer, and in his philosophy, he always speaks about the fact that at the level of the soul, we are all the same. It's just that when we move from the level of the soul and come down, then this is not the level of the senses. We experience the world through the senses, through the smell, touch, and all of these senses that we have.
Yeah.
Then we start to differentiate ourselves. So in the level of the soul, we're all related. There's no differentiation. It's only when we judge ourselves through our natures that we say, okay, well, she's different from me, I'm different from you, Anel is different from me.
Yeah.
That's when all these judgments then start to come. So essentially, like you said, is when I label something as traumatic, is because I'm reflecting back on my own traumas, and it means that I haven't resolved the traumas in my own life.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm relating to the world, to the trauma. Now, it's very vital to understand that sometimes the stories that we tell also benefit us. I mean, if you look at different communities, we come here, we say, okay, well, in the Soweto community, it's full of black people.
Yes.
We went through apartheid. That was a very traumatic event. But if you look at other societies, you go to the Jewish society, what's the one thing that they tend to speak about is the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Right. And you go to different communities. So every community, in essence, has that trauma story that they tell. You go to America, black Americans speak about slavery. So in other words, every race and every single person has a base of trauma story that they can tell. So you see that, then you start to see that, okay, at this level of the soul, we're all equal. We all have a trauma story to tell. But then the question is, based on that story, what are we perceiving and what is it that we're taking out? We've seen individuals that have taken those stories and turned them around. So the question is now, it means that they saw something different there that not everybody was able to see.
So now I think it takes us to resolving, and saying, okay, now how do I deal with what I perceive or what I call my traumatic experiences? Because I want to take it back now and bring it, right here. Because I also had an accident, last year, right? traveling home with an Uber driver. And then, yes, the robot was green for him, allowing him to, to pass. And then this car came in, and it was 2 o'clock, right? So the car came, and then it bumped us at the back. Car, spin, and, accident happened. We were okay. No one got hurt, right? So till this day, after that incident, each and every time, whenever I'm in a car and approaching robots, there's that thing, that makes me to go back to how I perceive now a four-way stop. Because for me, four-way stops are now traumatic. It's like, like when I see that, I see trauma. Because I feel like this thing, if it happened, is bound to happen.
Yes.
So I want to know if it's in that case with me, always thinking that this thing is going to happen again. What is it? What do I call it?
Well, there's different ways you can call it.
Yeah.
So at this specific moment, you're calling it a traumatic experience,
Yeah.
right? And here's the amazing thing that your body does. So every time your mind goes back in time to experience that, your whole body chemistry changes. Am I correct?
Yes.
So in other words, your body, whenever you think of a four-way stop, it from a cellular level all the way up to your full body experience starts to change and it starts to flow. But when you don't think about it, your whole body changes. So that's the mind and body connection that's going on, right? So at the appropriate moment where you perceived that story, the trauma to be happening, right? What is it that was going on? Why do you label that as traumatic? Is my question. Let's first start off there. Why do you perceive that was a traumatic event or a traumatic moment in time? Let's first start there. Why would you say that is?
Because I almost lost my life.
Oh, because you almost lost your life.
Yeah.
Right? So almost losing your life, you label that as being traumatic.
Yes.
So tell me why. So let's add into that trauma perception that you have and tell me why. Okay, why do you think that almost losing your life is traumatic? Why do you perceive that as being traumatic?
I mean, from that day, I had a good day. And of course, I'm looking forward to the next day. Life is nice, right? And I get myself in a situation whereby I never even saw myself having the accident. From the beginning, I saw myself getting home safely and coming back to live normally. But now, why I say this was traumatic is because when it happened, just by there, I just, experienced that thing whereby you can lose your life at any time, at any given moment. And for me, is especially when I'm in a car. So that's why I say, till today, I still feel like it's a traumatic experience for me.
Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. Remember we said that whenever you see chaos without order or the hidden order into something, you have a judgment towards it. And then because of that judgment that you have a label on it. And a label is a one-sided perception onto things. And then because of that, you don't have a balanced view of that specific event. In other words, you saw more good than bad. Would you agree that he saw more bad than good to that event?
Yeah, I would totally agree, because at that moment you're thinking about the negatives instead of the positives in your life due to that current state that you find yourself in.
Right. So in other words, you've put more negative than positive to that actual event. And because of that, you label that as trauma. Right? So now let's go back to that specific event in itself, space, time, and where you are. Now, let's get present with the moment. And I'll then ask you, so at that specific moment, what were the benefits to you of being in that specific accident?
What were the benefits of me being in the accident?
So basically what you came out grateful for?
My life. I was grateful that I'm alive.
You're grateful that you're alive, right? And then what was the lesson that you got from that event at that specific moment in time?
Honestly, never travel at night anymore.
Okay, never travel at night anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at where you were infatuated and bring that balance to it, right? You said that you had an incredible day. Your day was very amazing.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, I wish this day could go on forever.
Yeah.
So how did that bring balance into your perception of being overly infatuated with something?
Very interesting. Like, how did it bring balance?
Yes.
Okay, so I want to understand the question in terms of...
So you were over infatuated with life,
yeah,
correct?
Yeah.
And at that moment, what was... You said it when you were speaking about it.
Yeah.
When that accident happened, what did you realize?
I realized that I can lose my life at any given moment. Right? That's what I realized, that at any given moment, if I'm in a car and I am heading towards a four-way stop, it's possible that I can lose my life.
Okay, and what were you arrogant about in your life?
What was I arrogant about
in
my life?
Yes.
I don't know, honestly.
So at that moment, yes. Banele?
So, growing up, I've always thought that I'm going to live forever.
Yes.
So, it's possible that maybe you also had the same outlook to say,
yeah.
I'll still live, which is an arrogant thing to think or even utter.
Yes. 100%. So you're arrogant about your life at that moment.
About my life.
Right?
Yeah.
So let's then look at it. This happened to you last year.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what happened after that specific event when you got home? What's the first thing that you did, or what did you do after that?
So the first thing I did, I remember, was to text Manele, you know, and told him what happened.
Yes.
Right? And of course, I was still nervous. I was still shaking that it happened. So what I wanted to do was just to be in a calm state, right? When I got home, right there, was to, try to be relaxed, because I wanted to take some time, to think about what happened, reflect on what really happened.
Right.
And what is it that I can do to avoid that thing to happen? Like, do I have the strength to, prevent this thing from happening again? So the most important thing was to get myself calm, because I was not calm at all.
Yes. When you got home, were the people at home that you got?
So they were sleeping at home.
They were
right?
sleeping.
They were sleeping.
Okay.
So no one was awake at that time. So I was the only one who was awake.
Okay.
Because I just got home.
Okay. Were you at some point in the home environment being infatuated with the fact that people have passed on?
No.
Right?
No.
So were you grateful that you had your life at that
I was grateful that right now this happened and I still have my life. And someone out there could have lost their life due to the situation that happened to me.
Okay. And what did you unconsciously decide to do with your life from that moment on?
Unconsciously, what I decided to do, man, I think it was leave on a safety mode. Put myself on a safety mode. That, okay, this happened and I know that tomorrow is bound to happen. So let me put myself on safety mode.
And which is, what does that look like, putting yourself in a safety mode?
Honestly, it looked like now I'm starting to become aware of the situation that happened, and I'm putting myself whereby I'm preventing it because it happened at night. It means next day, don't travel at night. Go home during that day, and then for me, it worked out.
It worked out.
Worked out very well.
Okay, so did you start getting sleep earlier?
Yes.
Did you start having more, because you started to sleep earlier, did you then start being more proactive at work, and so you had more energy to work at work?
Yes.
Did you start then being grateful for the people that you have in your life?
Yeah.
Did you then realize that the person that you work with is more than just your boss? He's a colleague, he's someone that you can rely on.
Yep.
Right?
A shift that took place.
So there was a shift that took place, right?
Yeah.
So then, here's what I'm then going to ask you. Why did you unconsciously attract that accident into your life?
Why did I attract the accident?
Unconsciously.
Yeah. Why did you attract that event into your life?
I think with the thought of saying, you know what, this would not happen to me, and I can do as freely as I want. Yeah. So I think that's how I attracted it into saying nothing, like something like this is not going to happen to me again. And mind you, 2019, I was also involved in an accident again. Right. And then dealing with that, I was like, this is not going to happen to me. So let me just, don't think about it anymore. Don't talk about it anymore. And it worked out, for the following years. And then it happened again.
Right.
And mind you, I'm trying to use the same method that I used the first time.
Right.
And saying, this is not going to happen to me again.
Because it's going to happen because you're not grateful for what happened. So here's one of the things that we that you'll find with using the DiMartini method and using it with people is that what you tend to judge or what you tend to want to avoid, you'll either attract it or you'll actually become it. And this is true for human interactions as well. So if I identify a trait in someone that I hate and I don't want to experience it, it's either I'll actually become that or I'll attract it into my life. So in other words, you told yourself that you're above another accident happening to you, right? And you were not grateful for the first one. Right? So here's what I'm going to ask you now is, what are you grateful for that the first and the second accident gave you?
What am I grateful for?
Yes, in the accident in itself. What are you grateful for?
Firstly, I'm grateful that both accidents I came out alive.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm grateful that it has taught me that I can and I have the power, to prevent them from happening. Because if I'm going to be in the same moment, keep quiet and not talk to the next person in terms of, I know what happened here, right? It's like traveling with your friend, in a passage whereby we know that every night people are getting killed.
Yes.
And I'm being quiet with that. But I have the power to talk to him to say, let's avoid this road because we're going to get killed or one of us is going to get killed.
So did you ever judge yourself for being a quiet person in your life? For not speaking out?
Several times.
So did that accident help you to speak?
Yeah, it did.
Did it give you the courage to say, hey, I have to speak up? Or
yes,
else?
It did give me the courage to, because now you see that this event it's recurring. So I have to speak up now. You have to speak that this will lead us to this. So let me speak up and the accident will be prevented.
So what was the accident? Was it a trauma?
To a certain extent.
Right, because
I labeled it as a traumatic experience, because it's a matter of life and death.
So do you believe that speaking up is a matter of life and death?
Ooh.
What do you do for a living?
Ooh.
No, but think about this. Let's take it to now. What do you do for a living?
What do I do for a living?
Yes.
Talk to people, speak to people. And
how did that event help you to find your purpose in life, to be able to speak up and to earn a living?
It helped me to speak.
Right. So here's the magic about the DiMartini method and why I love it so much.
Yeah.
Because it's a very practical and very scientific method. What it does is it will actually show you that you will never get support or challenge without the same degree. And equal and opposites always come true to make up that event.
Yeah.
Now, the event that nearly killed you is the very same event that made you earn a living.
A living, yeah.
So do you see how it was balanced?
Yep.
So again, let's ask him, what was that event? Was it a trauma event?
Nah, it wasn't.
Why do you say that it wasn't a trauma event?
I mean, because there's things that I took from the event that helped me to be the person that I am today. Right. So if I'm going to go back and label it as a traumatic experience or as a trauma event, I'm not going to take something out of it because I'm trying to forget about that event.
Right. And let me ask you again, when you think about that event, what is that event?
Life-changing event.
Was it a trauma event?
No.
it was just like a life-changing
event. Yeah.
Is your trauma still there?
No, it's not.
And how's your body feeling about that when you think about that event?
I mean, feeling grateful that the event took place.
Right. Now, you've just done a portion of what the DiMartini is. So, and in that process, you've experienced what he experienced. That trauma is a perception game. It's not to say that you didn't go through it, but when we label something, the labels that we have towards it runs the story behind it. But the moment we change the perception of the label, the whole story shifts, and how we relate to it shifts, and everything then starts to shift. It's sort of like in science fiction, like when they talk about like time travel and stuff.
Yes.
So think about it in that way, that if you think about time travel, we took you to the specific event, you got to experience the event, and then you got to change how you experience the event. Then all of a sudden, your how you perceive your whole timeline of your life now shifts. Now you're getting your own power back because we've been able to shift that through our perception. I think even now, the story that you tell now, you don't tell the story from a traumatic perception. Is if you relate to that, how are you relating back to that story now? What would you say you're relating back to that story now is? As a what?
Relating.
Yeah, you're relating to it as a life-changing event.
A life-changing event, yes.
And now what's happening in your mind is you're looking at, from that moment on, these are the grateful things that came about that led me to be here. So there are no mistakes, you see. So the trauma that you're perceiving you went through is not a mistake. There's, again, like I said, it's about finding order in the chaos, the hidden order in the chaos. So that's now the hidden order that you have found. You managed to balance out the negative with the positive, and because you've done that, you're now experiencing the feeling of gratitude. And that's one of the greatest feelings that us as human beings could ever have. Grateful for everything that happens.
So now, are we saying that this, can also work on somebody who is having like deep traumas like loss, violence, and poverty? Right? Because I know that the question will be, how can somebody heal from that kind of pain? Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The same thing. I mean, I don't know if anyone here has experienced death or loss at any moment. We can take them through it. And within 4 to 5 minutes and see what happens. If you experienced loss at some stage during this year or last year.
I mean, I did in 2023.
You perceived loss. Right? So do you? Yes, no?
Yes.
All right. So do you want to give it a try, give it an experiment to see that, the hidden order behind the loss? Or
Yeah, because I was about to say, I mean, when was it last week? Like, hey, I've got trauma, don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
It's still new.
You don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
It's fine. Let's go back to Mo.
You want us to do more?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So and I'm actually grateful that you actually asked that, because within the DiMartini method itself, there is a side where we deal with loss and grief. And there is a series of questions that actually speaks to grief and loss. And when we speak of grief and loss, we're not just speaking about death. It could do with a lot of things. It could be a loss of a relationship, it could be a loss of health, it could be a loss of money in itself. So grief is it's a loss of a lot of things. So in your particular case, right, who is it that you're perceiving? Who is it that you're grieving? Who's the person, place?
My mom.
Your mother, right? So now we've identified the person, right? But remember when we did, I think on Heritage Day, we spoke a bit about grief, and then we cited Friedrich Nietzsche to say that we only grieve the things that we perceive. We only grieve the things that we are infatuated with. Right? But the things that we're not infatuated with, we are glad that we lose them. If I was dating you and we broke up, and you say, well, I'm grieving Osvaldo, or I'm having this heartache, you'd only grieve the things that you perceived were supporting your values. But you would never grieve the moments where I was fighting with you. Would you ever say, well, I wish you'd come back so you can fight with me again?
Yes, I've actually have had some of those moments
where you're like, I wish I was fighting with this person again.
Yeah, because for me, it felt, I like the nostalgia in it, the drama in it. In a way, it kind of shows care for me, because I don't believe that if we do love each other or we are dating, there is no such thing as a quiet relationship where there's no a police system. There will happen sometimes. We don't physically have to fight, but there'll probably just be like an argument here and there. That one shows, for me, it shows care, it shows compassion, it shows that as much as you love me, you are still willing to raise some certain things that maybe you probably think that I could be better from in a certain light. Hence, we end up having that argument. It's not that you hate me or you don't like me anymore, but it's maybe because you care too much that you're willing to let me know that these are certain things that I've seen change in you. Like you know that I like you, I love you, but I feel like here and here and here you need to go back and have some self-introspection as to why you turned around from what you used to be to what you are right now.
So in other words, you value arguments.
Yeah.
So you would grieve that you're not arguing with someone.
Yeah.
Okay, and would you grieve that the person is not arguing with you?
In a way I would, because for me it shows the light. Because I believe for me that as a person I am naturally stubborn, and sometimes there's some things that I don't want to be shown the light in. But I know that if a person literally goes to a point that they sit me down and they tell me like in a harsh tone, it's not because they don't care, they do care. So it's literally them just saying like, okay, like, get a wake-up call. This is not what you should be doing, or this is not how you should be doing things.
So would you grieve someone who's silent, the silent type?
Yeah, I'm not no.
So in other words, you'd only grieve the things that you're infatuated with, right? Okay. And these infatuations, when it comes to the person, you're not grieving the person, you're grieving the traits that come with the person. So when we speak about traits, we're speaking about things that the person does or does not do. Yeah. So with your mom, right?
Yeah.
What are the traits that you perceive you lost in her?
So with my mom, man, it was the, what do you call it? Like the caring part, you know, of the love, you know, that she gave me, even the support, you know, that she gave me.
Can I just stop you right there?
Yeah.
So care, support, and all those things are just labels.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
What I want you to do is in your perception, because remember, again, you see, her perception of care is I'm arguing with her. Do you see that that's a trait? Arguing with me is a trait. So in your perception, when your mom is caring about you, what is it that she's doing or not doing? When you're perceiving that she's caring about you, what is it that she's doing or not doing?
Can you please rephrase that
it's
question?
Like, basically, you say that your mom cares about you. What kind of things does she do that shows that she cares? Yes. Because I get there's certain things that a person does to show care.
Yeah.
I can care about you by making sure that you're neatly dressed when you leave home, or that your hair is nicely combed.
Yeah.
I can show support by sitting down with you and actually listening to any idea that you have to pitch, basically giving you my full attention. That is also another way of showing support. So what are the different things that your mom did to show that she cared about you, and in which ways did she show or give you support?
I mean, of course, the warmth that she brought at home, and of course, the good, nice meals that she cooked, you know, laundry that she did for me, the ironing that she did for me. And, you know, each and every time talking to me about the things that I want to do in my life, to say life choices, career choices, what do you want to do? How do I support you? This is how I can support you.
Right. So out of all those things that you've named, what's the biggest thing that you're grieving about your mother?
Oh, man.
Which trait are you grieving the most about your mother? What's the highest emotional charge that you have?
I think it's the support.
When you say support, take me to a moment, go to a space-time, make it present.
Yeah.
What is she doing or not doing at that moment? When was it? Were you 7, 8, 9, 10?
So it was in 2019. 2019.
2019.
Yes, I remember.
Where are you?
I'm at home.
Okay, who's there?
Mom and me.
Mom, you. What room are you in the house?
I'm in my room, bedroom.
Your room?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it summer, winter? What is it?
We were writing. It was summer.
It's summer.
It was summer.
Okay, so in that specific moment, what is it that she's doing or not doing that shows you support?
What is it that she is doing?
Yeah, so
she is in the kitchen right now.
Right. So
she was preparing breakfast.
So she's preparing breakfast.
Yeah.
So in that moment, what is she doing or not doing that demonstrates the trait that you most grieve about? What is it that she's doing or not doing at that specific moment?
She's taking care of me right now.
By doing what?
By doing breakfast, because we're about to have breakfast. Yeah.
She's making breakfast.
Yeah.
Right. So would you say that at this current moment, that's something that you miss most about your mother?
Yep. Her being in the kitchen, her, preparing the breakfast, and of course the morning checkups that she always did. Before I wake up, she would come and check up. Are you okay? Do you want breakfast? I'm doing breakfast. Do you want some? Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things within the DiMartini method, when we're doing the grieving process, one of the principles there is that you never gain or lose anything. They just change forms.
Okay.
And within changing these forms, either they change in form in one-to-one, or they change form from one to many. Right? So now, let me ask you this. Ever since your mom passed on, who's the person that replaced making breakfast for you?
My brother.
Your brother?
Yeah.
And who else?
I do breakfast for myself.
And who else?
If it's not my brother, it's me and him.
Okay, so
no one else.
So it's the both of you guys,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So remember I said you never gain or lose anything, it just changes in form.
Yeah.
So the reason why you're grieving your mom is because you saw more positives than negatives.
Yeah.
So in other words, because there is that chaos, you become overly infatuated with that trait, and you then become ungrateful for the new form that it's in.
Yes.
Right? So what we need to do, again, in one of the columns within the DiMartini method, is we need to add the negatives to the positives so it brings it back down.
Okay.
And let me ask you this question now is, what were the drawbacks towards you in all areas of your life of your mom making breakfast for you? What were the negatives to you?
I mean, the first negative was being woken up early.
You were being woken up early.
Yeah, why would you drag my blankets now? You know, just come in the room without knocking in the morning, So yeah, I think the drawbacks was waking up early, because that time, I think it was a moment whereby I knew, I'm not supposed to wake up early. So please don't wake me up early.
Okay, what's the other drawbacks to you because you're having to wake up early?
Yes.
Were you grumpy?
Yeah.
Okay, and what and how did that impact you because you're grumpy? How did you go about your day because you're grumpy?
Yeah. It will, take me some time to actually calm down, because I know that my grumpiness will also extend to, how I am going to interact with other people. Whether I'm going to the store, if you don't, do things on time, dude, come on, man.
Okay.
I'm on time
here.
here.
Did you keep quiet? What did you do?
I mean, most of the time, because it's local stores, how we talk to our local vendors.
Yeah.
I would shout.
You would shout,
yeah.
Right? And then how did that impact you negatively because you're shouting at the people at the store?
Well, that impacted me because you feel bad. I felt bad,
right?
About myself, that you just came there, you told the person that this is what you want, and they're doing what you want, and then it's what you're doing is wrong to the next person. So it actually affected me, emotionally, to say, if it was me in that position, how would I feel?
How would you feel?
I would feel bad.
Okay. So
now
let me ask you this. Do you see how your mom making you breakfast has as many drawbacks as benefits to it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So now let's look at the new form. So what are the benefits to you that you and your brother are the ones who make breakfast?
Now I get to learn, different ingredients in the kitchen,
right,
of making breakfast, because I'm no longer depending on somebody to make breakfast for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the new form makes you independent.
Yes.
And what are the benefits of you being independent?
Growth. I see growth. I see myself exploring some parts of me that I didn't know.
Right.
Yeah.
So remember, we said you never gain or lose anything.
Yes.
You just transform. And you can never lose without gaining. You can never gain without losing.
Yeah.
So with your mom, what is it that you were losing out on when she was making you breakfast?
What is it that I was losing out on?
Yes.
Of course, learning new ingredients.
Right.
Yeah. And learning learning about my level of creativity by doing a certain task.
And in the new form, what is it that you're gaining?
Creativity levels have, increased. Independency level has also increased.
Okay.
That I'm able to do this by myself right now.
Okay. So in the new form, have you and your brother gone close?
Yes.
And
very much close.
And before?
Before, it was that, he's here, I'm here. But now there's more communication, right? We talk more in terms of what is needed now, how can we now improve our ways, of doing things and handling things around the house.
Okay, so do you see that there's equal benefits and drawbacks to the new form as to the same degree as the old form?
Yeah.
So what's your perception on that trait on your mom?
It's a just like the one that we just mentioned, a life-changing moment. This one, how I perceive it, it was a moment of me growing out of a shell that I didn't know that I'm stuck under.
Right. And what do mothers tend to do?
I mean, they tend to nurture.
Right.
Yeah.
So now that you've grown out of, what's the definition of a shell? A shell nurtures.
Growth. Yeah.
A shell nurtures. So you've broken out of that shell.
Exactly.
Right? So if your mom were here right now, what would you say to her in relation to that trait?
Oh, I would be very much thankful, man. Appreciate her for, playing that role in my life.
But now, who gets to play that role?
I do, and my brother.
So was that a loss or a gain in that trait?
Should I say both? Yeah. I would say it's both.
And if your mom was sitting with you right now, would she say, "Oh well, grieve me until you're dead"?
No.
Or what would she say to you?
No, I mean she would, encourage me to, go on and be yourself out there in the world.
So what did the loss do?
Help me. It brought, that, because I think I would also define it as bringing closure to some of the things that I kept on holding on to say, if she was here, I think this is what she would say, and she would be, happy with how things have panned out to be like.
Is there anything to change with her loss?
No.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
But of course, that's just one of the traits.
Yeah.
Because you see that it's showing up in a different form.
Yeah.
So again, with loss, there's always going to be one to many where it will just change form.
Yeah.
You didn't gain or lose it, it just changed form. Yes, you look like you have a question.
Yeah, because now I'm thinking of, I had a friend, man, like who experienced a lot of things. It's like, okay, there's you losing your mom, your dad in the same year. And then
yes,
you get involved in a murder case, right? You're implicated in a murder case and they say, you say you were framed, And I'm like, okay, how does one person now try to deal with all of that? Because I understand there is deep, surface level deep.
Yeah.
But there is that deep to a point that someone will say, I don't think I'm going to see the light where I am right now.
No, it's the same thing. It's just different ratios that are going on.
Okay.
In the person's perception. It just depends on the degree of, again, how much positive or negative is outweighing the other. But the moment the two are balanced, the label dissolves. It completely dissolves. I mean, if you study a bit of quantum physics, right? So in quantum physics, what they try to do is they try to measure like the smallest possible reality or something that we can experience.
Yeah.
And I think we're able to measure it down to, I think, like Planck's dimension, which is a very, very minute, small reality. So we're talking about the levels of atoms and stuff, right? And even with quantum physics, they tell you that if you carry it on, measuring, you'll eventually get to a point where there's just invisible space, right? And in that invisible space, it's something that we can't comprehend with our brains, or we can't necessarily like attach a name to it. And that's what they say. Well, all creation starts from that point, from an invisible point, and through the invisible we get the visible. So the two are interchanged. And in these quantum states is where everything resides until we actually put a judgment on there. So, I mean, you went through it. Right now, right? Before you went through it, before we did the grieving process on your mom, what is it that you wanted? What was the story that you were running?
The story?
Yes, that you were running when it came to the trait with your mom. What's the story that you were running? That you miss this about your mother. I will never get this again, right? But on the quantum level, remember we said that all things are entangled. The gain and the loss were entangled at that specific moment where you saw this was hindering the growth, and because I lost that, I grew here. And because I'm growing here, this is where I'm losing. So you can't separate those. So that's then the level of the soul that we were speaking about. That at that level of the soul, which is sort of like the state of unconditional love. It's a state where you can't, there's no label. You just love. You don't love based on the label. You see. So you went beyond the senses and gotten to a point where you're like, in actual fact, there's nothing that you can change, because whatever you change, you'll gain and lose to the same degree. So if we have that perceptual view to everything, then you change the label on what trauma is. You change the label of what loss is. You even change on the label of what success is. And it's one of the things that once you started it, you at the first time you do it, you'll be like, oh, it's interesting. But the more and more you do it, you'll be like, oh, there's something that's going on here.
Yes. So with you personally, like looking ahead, what is your vision for how tools like the Timatini method can help, township communities, especially the ones that we grow up in, the one that we live in from day to day? Not just to survive trauma, but evolve and thrive beyond it.
Well, my vision is really what I really love doing is to give people their power back. And giving people their power back is for them to realize that there's nothing to change, and that you are complete as a human being. There's nothing to change, there's nothing to add on. So the first thing is to realize that you've got the power within yourself, and if you're able to redirect your perception, then you've got the power to really direct your life. That's my wish, and that's why I really love coming to a place like this, because it's a place where people think you have to think a certain way to survive in it. But because there's this space here, this space creates a ripple effect. I mean, so things like that, that's what I would really love to do.
And man, we love having you here. As I mentioned, that you are our doctor.
It's part of the family.
I know that there are people who are watching right now and they're listening, and and they're like, what, I feel like I can have maybe a conversation with you, or maybe you can recommend me to someone, because as you are saying, I have mentioned some of the events in my life as traumatic, because right now we even play with the word. It's like, no man, don't take my food, that's trauma, you're traumatizing me. Like you know, those kind of things. So
Right.
if they want to talk to you or maybe recommend them to somebody and things like that, where can they actually find you?
They can find me on socials. I think the name was Waldo Antonio Nyaka.
Yeah.
Wherever it pops up, it pops up.
Yeah.
They could reach me out there. And then, yes, they could reach me there. And then in terms from a personal research point of view, if anyone wants to do that, I would say, man, look up Dr. John DiMartini's work.
Yeah.
Look it up there. That will give you a different perspective on there.
Yeah.
And then obviously what I do is I enhance and bring out his teachings in my way, which helps people relate differently. Then if other things that you could look up, I think one of the principles that I really, really, really love, something called Universe 25. Universe 25 is a short little YouTube video. I think it's 6 to 7 minutes.
Yeah.
It's about an experiment that was done with mice, where they literally created an environment where mice were going to thrive. So they got 2 males and 2 female mice, created an abundance in that environment where they would not lack food at all. So the colony went from 4 to 8, 8, 16, and all the way, I can't remember what the number is.
Yeah.
But at some point, that colony died. They didn't die because of lack of resources, but they died because of being overly supported, that the resources were too readily available. So with that, I think it helps us appreciate the fact that we need challenges in our life. Without challenges, we don't grow and we don't evolve. So I would say, please look that up. Universe 25. It's a really, really interesting one.
Yeah, that's very powerful, man, because I was not even cognizant of the time right here, because I'm enjoying this conversation, right? And I think the activity, the task and the activity we just done right here, we would, invite, somebody to call in. Maybe next time, when we have you, just to take them through. Because I know, because we see on social media, there are a lot of people who are, what do you call this, coming as anonymous, they are venting about traumatic experiences that they have, and we see that platforms out there, they're not helping. They just want your story. But now what do you do next when you have told your story? Right, and what you have done right here, and I know that is going to bring a lot, like a healing to a lot of people. So we hope to have you back. With that being said, thank you so much, man, for your time.
It's a pleasure. Yeah, it'll really be nice. I think you could give the person who tunes it, the subscriber that views the show the most, give him a chance to maybe phone in. And I just say, we're quite a place to time and see what we can do.
Powerful, man. The DiMartini facilitator healer. That's what I'm going to call you from now on. Right? Yeah, man. Time right now, man, is 35 minutes after 10 o'clock. And I think this is where we are going to leave you, love, and leave you, man. It was a very beautiful Monday morning with some nice conversations that we've been having, man, throughout the show. Hope that you guys enjoyed and looking forward to more conversations, because tomorrow, same time, same place, we're doing it, giving you that energetic start to your day. Everybody, last words?
No, man. So my last words is that as human beings, and also for me, I hope now using the DiMartini method, we can help to actually crack down on the trauma that we have, to see that it's things that we can end up resolving ourselves. We can actually turn the negative to something that is very positive and has a very lasting impact and positive impact on our lives. But for me, Afiberry, also known as Miss Berry Plays, but the darker the berry, the sweeter than Tuntunum Nanjimamiama,
The conversation does not stop here. It continues to our social media platforms. It is a Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook, Instagram, and also YouTube. It's Wednesday, and this is where our beautiful edition, man, is wrapping up. I hope that you guys are going to enjoy the rest of your day. From me, Mweketi Maimane, aka Max for maximum temperature. I am the son of Mother Nature. Generator. Sayonara. See you and enjoy your day.
I am secure. commit. We are one. There is no them and us. Together we're strong. Together we're free. From the mountain top down to the deepest valley, hear a voice calling you. It's the rising sun shining in the darkest valley. Can't you see you will be free? Can't you see you will be free? Whenever you're down, out in the cold, faithless and dark, your story's untold. Come take my hand and walk there with me. I know a place where we can be free. There is a light shining for you, guiding your way, helping you through. When shadows and gloom are all that you see, we'll find a place where we can be free. From the mountain top down to the deepest valley, hear a voice calling you. It's the rising sun shining in the darkest valley. Can't you see you will be free? I have been far, I have been wide, searching for peace, somewhere to hide. Now I am free, open and pure, fearless and babe. I am secure. There is no dark that can't be lit. We'll find a way if we just commit. We are one. There is no them and us. Together we're strong. Together we're free. From the mountain top down to the deepest valley, hear a voice calling you. It's the rising sun shining in the darkest valley. Can't you see you will be free? Can't you see you will be free? You will be free. Whenever you're down, out in the cold, faithless and dark, your story's untold. Come take my hand and walk there with me.